Podcast. What up, though? Welcome to the Hood Smoker Podcast, the hottest #1 podcast based out of Detroit, Michigan. And now, with your hosts, Jay Gutta, brotherkingx, Blatonio Todd, and the rest of the Hood Smoker Squad. We don't do no Vlad stuff. We don't do no Adam stuff. We keep packing in the legends, respect them, and keep adding up. So pack a blunt or two, maybe grab a brew and a snack for you, and leave behind your attitude and get ready as we snap into the Hood Smoker Podcast.
What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? Welcome
What
to
up,
the
though?
Hood Smokers Podcast. I'm Jay Gutta, 1/3 of the Hood Smokers Podcast. We're going to go old school with it, you know what I'm saying? Tonight's a big night. We got the OG Drunkenmas in the building. Detroit hip-hop. We're going to be celebrating Detroit hip-hop. What up, though, Chester McFly? What up, though, D. Cochran? Make sure y'all smash like on the way in. Make sure you share it around. Tell a friend, you know what I'm saying? Subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'm going to go ahead and jump off this Discord, and we're going to make that call. We're going old school with it, you know what I'm saying? We're going to go to the motherfucking messenger. This is a motherfucking Detroit legend. I'm going to go ahead and just play an old school track. We're going to play real quick, just a little bit. Hold up. The OG Drunkenmas in this bitch. It's a fucking honor, y'all. And then we're going to make this call. Let's see what we got here. Let's go.
Love games, but hate.
It's the Hood Smokers Podcast. Shit, what episode are we on now, y'all? We're on fucking 272 already. You know what I'm saying? I gotta take this Discord off. But what up, though?
What up with?
We got. Hold on, I gotta turn this camera on. I don't know why it made me call voice call. We got Drunken Master, the OG, in the building. Hold on, let me see.
What up?
I don't know why you can. Oh, here we go. The camera. It won't.
Turn
My
the light
webcam
on.
now. We got brotherkingx and Blatonio Todd tapping in. For some reason, my camera's not working and shit. brotherkingx, turn your camera on, fam. Huh? Hold on, I'm trying to get the screen straight for everybody.
All right.
There we go. What up, though,
My man,
brotherkingx?
what's happening?
What up, though?
What up, though, man? Thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah, always an honor.
Yeah.
This is most definitely an honor, dog. We've been looking forward to
Okay.
this interview for a minute, dog. We've been
See, I was telling
anticipating,
Jay
waiting.
Gutta about the original 50 Players Deep, because me and my guy, bro, Rock Sykes, we was already bumping that, you know what I'm saying, with the original beat, because we was always banging and buying and getting the mixtapes.
Yeah, it started out as a mixtape intro, and it just ended up being a record. You know what I mean? Yeah, we can unpack all of that. That's how it happened. It was like, nigga, you know, every mixtape, when we did the mixtapes, man, every mixtape, we would just open up with a freestyle. The homies, little homies, everybody would just show up. You know what I mean? And this one particular day, I was on my own. You know what I mean? So I was freestyling on my way to the studio and shit. And I said, man, I'm gonna make that into the joint. And it ended up growing legs and taking root, man. And before you know it, I walk in the club, they playing my shit, and I'm like, damn, that shit crazy. Then I started getting calls from the radio stations about a clean version.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And this way before Lola. This before Lola even jumped on the record.
I know. I remember the original version before Lola was on it.
Right.
I remember.
At the beginning of the tape, I was like, these my niggas. And then at the end of the tape, I was like, these the kind of bitches I like. Them bail me out of jail bitches and all that. You feel me? So that's how that happened. And then I started getting so many requests to make it an actual song. So I reached out to a few people, and I met Lola during the Up and Smoke tour with my Death Row family, Corrupt. As a matter of fact, Corrupt introduced me to her, and it was crazy. I had the studio booked for like a Tuesday, in the Up and Smoke tour. It was like came here Thursday, and they were here for a couple of days.
Right.
And, I was trying to find somebody that would fit the vibe that I had, and there was an artist named Bombshell, my girl Corey Blake. And I had her do it first. You know what I mean?
I remember Bombshell.
I had written it, but it was just I love Bombshell, but the energy just didn't match. She was so aggressive of the MC.
Yeah, she was. I remember her growing up. I remember her growing up, bro.
Yeah, so Corrupt from the Dog Pound, he introduced me to Lola. Shout out Lola. And I'm like, what you doing Tuesday? And she's like, I ain't doing nothing. I'm chilling. And what's up, bro? And
hey, what up, though?
Blatonio Todd. I said, come to the studio. I got a hit record because it was already getting played in a couple places. So the record started popping, and we recorded the shit. You know, with all due respect to her, she didn't really understand the vision. But I had allies and resources all over the country for my mixtapes and all that. So I started picking up the calls from the people that I met during my death row days. And you know, I called my man Lenny Berry in Cleveland. I called Red Alert in New York, a couple other people. And before you know it, they're like, nigga, send the record over. Before you know it, I'm getting calls from my man Jay Starr in Jersey, like, nigga, Funk Flex dropping bombs on your shit. It just took off, man. It was a whirlwind, you know. I appreciate y'all for having me, man.
Yeah, that's dope. Cause I remember when that shit came out, like when 50 Players Deep came out on the radio, cause I was in the joint, so you know I was way up in Marquette.
We made it like number 10 on Billboard.
Yeah, dog, that's what I mean. Cause I remember I remember your music from the '90s and shit, and I was like,
yeah.
I'm sitting in the joint and I'm watching MTV and shit. We in Marquette, they ain't even give you BET up there. You know what I'm saying? Way up there, we couldn't even get BET. We watching MTV. And here comes Drunkenmas on MTV. We was like, oh shit, that's Drunkenmas on this bitch. Like, what the?
It was a crazy time. A whole lot of life real fast, you know. Like, but see, it was all strategic the way I played it because, like I said, when I was touring on Death Row and hanging out with the homies and me and Suge, while we would go to all these other cities, you know, I collected information from DJs and nigga, I'm gonna come back and holler at you and you know, let's make something shake, you know what I mean? And even after Suge first went to prison, I started and shout out my nigga Suge, man. That's my man. We still talk.
Yeah, shout out Suge Knight.
At least a couple times a month.
Yeah.
But it was crazy because once the record started popping, my girl Wendy Day, salute Wendy Day, she Baby them had just got like 37 million. So when the record started really bubbling and they playing it in a couple different cities, I'm number one in Cleveland, number one in all these other different spots. I'm sitting there thinking like, damn, man, how come my phone not ringing? You feel me? So I reached out to Big Suge in prison. He was in Mule Creek then, I think. And I reached out to him and he called me and he was like, dog, you know, I can't really discuss that on the phone, but call the office, call Roy. His name Roy Tesfaye. He was the general manager of Death Row. You feel me? So he said, call Roy. So I popped at Roy. And I'm like, nigga, I got this record, man. They playing it like twice an hour on both stations, and it's all over the country. Everybody playing it. And he say, nigga, you got a record? I'm like, yeah. And he say, you got BDS on the record? And I'm like, man, I don't know nothing about that shit. He say, man, BDS, if you don't have broadcast data systems on your record, you don't have a record out. You know how, like, when you, like, say, we in Detroit, right? Say you go to fucking Cedar Point and the radio station loses signal after about 70 miles. Right. Well, what BDS did in the early stages of the internet, it would track the wave file of the record, the wave pattern up in the stratosphere, whatever the fuck. Right. And, that's how records get tracked. So they can be like, nigga, you got 2 spins in Alaska, and you got spins over here, you got spins over here. And that's how, and after he sent me my paperwork, I filled it out. And about a week later, every record label in America was calling me, waking me up. You know what I mean? Like, Mr. Harris, you got this record, let's talk some business. And I was waiting on Universal, like, shit, get this money, you know what I mean? So, you know, it was a crazy time, brother.
What's up?
Yeah, Hood Smoke Podcast this month. We got to smoke with y'all, man.
Yeah,
man, salute. It's an honor having you on, man.
Man, yeah, it is. Because you know what? I've been hearing your name since a kid. Because, you know, I had uncles that frequent the old spot you used to DJ at.
Which one, the Brass Key or before that?
Brass Key.
The Brass Key.
Yeah.
Living noise.
You know, I started out, but see, it's a whole lot of history way before all of that.
I know.
Huh?
Oh, I know. I remember when you was rapping back in the day.
Yeah, yeah. Even before that, like hip hop. When hip hop first happened, you know, I'm an old nigga. I'm a dinosaur. You know what I mean? Like when hip hop first happened, I was DJing in Skateland, right?
Oh, that's
And I'm
what's
talking
up.
late '70s, early '80s.
Oh,
And I'm
shit.
DJing. It was a skating rink on the east side called Arcade that just built it. It was on Mack and Connors. And I was a floor guard up there. And I'm doing my little shit. And one day I went and saw Grandmaster Flash because I think the message wasn't out yet. It was Freedom was out, and Rapper's Delight and all that shit was out with Sugar Hill.
Yeah.
So I went there and I saw Flash DJ, and I thought I discovered fire, man. I was like, oh my god, nigga. So I went back to the skating rink, and it was a DJ named Fantastic Van. I know he's still around too. Salute my big dog. You know, I came back, him and DJ Tony Rome, they DJ, they were the main event guys. And I was basically like a bathroom DJ. Like, nigga, I'm gonna go take a piss. But before that, when I saw Flash, I said, I gotta learn. I gotta learn this shit. This when hip hop first happened. So I was like, so Van took me up in the booth, and he said, it's a crossfader, the old PMX 9000 mixers, the big ones. He said, it's a crossfader, this how you cue the record up, and this, that, and the other. And next thing you know, he turned me loose. I started doing my thing. Huh?
I don't know. I'm over here talking to my nephew.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what we say?
I did that, and man, you know, with hip hop, man, when hip hop happened, it really saved my life, man, because you know, like the first tape I ever made was for Maserati Rick.
Oh
That's
shit.
the very first tape I made. This I'm talking about 88, 87, probably
Right.
before that. But you know, when hip hop happened,
Back
I
when
wanted
Awesome
to do
Dre,
everything
all
but
them was
breakdance.
dropping.
Hardcore committee, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to do everything but breakdance when hip hop first
Bricks,
started. You know what I mean?
all
Like
that.
I remember now we all OGs on here. Remember when they had a African American festival down in Hart Plaza, right?
Right,
I
right.
remember that.
And used to have to go get the Friday newspaper from the Detroit News, and they have a list of all the movies that's out and everything that's going on that weekend. And I remember this one time I saw it said it was the African World Festival, and the closer was African Bambaataa and Shango. I said, oh my God, nigga, it's the Zulu Nation. I called my homeboy Marv. I said, nigga, we gotta go downtown, man. He said, what? I said, nigga, Zulu Nation down there, man. So I went down there, man. And them niggas came out wearing the whole, looking like the village people and shit. They had the motherfucking African shit on. They was doing that Rita Gage, this is convict age. I was like, oh my, I was hooked. I said, nigga, this hip hop shit. So I wanted to do everything but break dance, man. And it ended up being a 40-year career. I've been doing shit about 40 years, probably longer than that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So who would you say was the original artist out of Detroit? Can you even put a name on who the first rapper out of Detroit was? Because I mean, we've had Awesome Dre on here. We rock with Esham all them. You know what I'm saying? There's debates.
Well, you know, I
I
salute
was wondering
all
if
of them
Prince
because
Vince might be one of the first, no?
yeah, I was one of them because you know back in my first record got played on JLB in '88. I think it was '88.
Yeah,
It was I was B-Boy X then.
B-Boy X.
Yeah. Billy T was playing basement tapes on GPR, and they played my song. Man, I had a song called "Lost in the Shuffle." It was crazy, but I salute all of them, man. It was so many. Merciless Shamir, that was my man. Still
Yeah.
is.
Oh, mercy.
A day
Yeah.
without a rhyme.
Oh man, I mean we opened for X Clan, right? We opened for
Oh,
X
it's,
Clan
oh,
Oh,
hell
I
yeah.
love X Clan.
at the Grand
Yeah.
Quarters. At the Grand Quarters, and me and Merciless Shamir had to share a dressing room. But that's what Kid Rock. I had to hang out with Kid Rock in them back in the day when
Right.
Kid Rock was trying to come up in the hood, and it was a rapper named Prince Vince 7 Mile. That's my man too.
Oh, I know about Prince Vince. That's who walked Kid Rock in the Jive Records office.
Yeah.
But
Right.
look,
Yeah.
but let me say this: Prince Vince used to bully Kid Rock. A lot of people.
I know he did.
I'm talking about look, he's a Debo him on site every time because
Oh,
hip
damn.
hop was so precious to us. And he like this white boy coming in here, man. And one thing about Kid Rock, he was a monster on the turntable. We used to practice together. You feel me? Me, him, KDC.
Oh, I give him that.
Huh?
Yeah, we heard we had Hush on here. He told me he met Kid Rock DJing at his high school and shit. You know what I'm saying? He was a high school DJ.
We used to we used to study those DMCs and the Battle for World Supremacy tapes and all that, and we used to do tricks and all that shit together. I still know how to do that shit. You put me on some 1200s in front of and put me 2 Peter Pipers on there, and I tear the place down. You hear me? But me and Kid Rock, we fell out one time, and we haven't really spoke since. You know what I mean? And you know, I'm gonna be a man at all times, man. And I'm gonna tell you how it happened. We did a show in Muskegon, Michigan, right? And it was Prince Vince, Kid Rock, B-Boy X, a whole bunch of other Detroiters, and she was nice. It was basically like a cabaret hall. You know what I mean? And Kid Rock was kind of shook on Prince Vince. He was scared of him. You know what I mean? So uh, we doing the show and shit, and after the show, we standing all, you know, mingling with the crowd or whatever. Wasn't that crowded? And Kid Rock walks over to me and says, "Hey man, hey B-Boy X, hey X, hey man, walk me to the bathroom, man. Prince Vince over there."
That sound like him.
So I'm like, "Nigga, what kind of man is you? Want me to go hold your dick for you too? What kind of shit is that?" I said, "Man, go over there, punch that nigga in his face. He say something to you, man. He's just a man. He only got 8 pints of blood in him, dog." Me and Prince Vince laughed about it at the Hip Hop 50. But I guess I just basically told Kid Rock to be a man. You know, win, lose, or draw. You know what I mean? So when that shit popped off, I ain't spoke to Kid Rock since. He ain't heard me. I ain't seen him since or heard from him. You know what I mean? And I ain't,
Right.
you know, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Next question, brother. We got a whole lot to unpack, man, on the Hood Smokers podcast.
Hell yeah.
Drunkenmas in the building, man. First off, I want to send peace, love, and respect out to everybody that deserve that shit, man. And fuck everybody else. You hear me?
For real.
That's on the big B's and tall P's.
So how do you connect with like Esham and shit? Cause I know you got some classic records with Esham and shit.
Oh man. Once again, Death Row Records. I knew Esham, I knew of him. You feel me? And you know, I was like, you know, back in the day, man, I was kind of like, I was blind, I guess, man. I would say blind or just, you know, I was on my own path. You feel me? So when I heard Esham, I was thinking, oh, that nigga on devil shit. That nigga on that shit. You feel me? So while we was on the Chronic tour, Esham, his brother James, they kind of bought their way onto the tour. You feel me? And he was out there doing his thing on the promo side, killing it. And the whole time, my man Kevin Black and Suge and them, they would see me and they was like, "Nigga, you should y'all need to link up." Y'all. And I said, "No, that nigga tripping." Y'all from the same city, man. That nigga getting money. This is what you tell that nigga get some money, drop, nigga get money, nigga. Y'all need to, nah, man, nigga tripping. So every time I see him, we chop it up. You know, what's up, bro? Oh man, and we got kind of cool on the road. Had a whole bunch of adventures. You feel me?
Right.
And it was probably like 94, 95 when me and E really connected, got cool. And me, him, and TNT, my man Worm, I call him Worm and shit, big TNT from Nodis.
Yeah.
We used to be on the road, man. We had some fiascos out
Rest
there
in
on the
peace,
road,
TNT.
man. Huh? That was my man, RIPL, my dude, man.
Yeah.
But we connected, and then one day, the way I ended up on the Dead Flowers project, I just came home and shit, we just came off tour or whatever, and I'm riding around the city. I'm doing the mixtapes. I popped the mixtapes off, and I'm like, man, let me pull up on this nigga E. And he was staying way out by Groves Point. He was staying by Groves Point. Let me pull up on this nigga one day, man. And just out of nowhere, I pulls up with him. And he answered the door. "What's up, John?" He come on downstairs, and he downstairs. He had the full studio lab in the basement, and he was working on the Dead Flowers joint. He let me hear a couple of joints. I said, "Oh, nigga, this shit gonna go." You know, he said, "Man, why don't you jump on this song right quick?" He pulled the track up. Me and my man Bugs Moran, Big Bugsy, you know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, we all over the album. And you know what thing I say about Esham, man, brother brilliant when it comes to being strategic and being creative. And when it comes to, you know, finding where that bag is at. Because I remember once we put the Dead Flowers project out, we went back on the road. We out there hanging out. And he said, "When we get back to Detroit, nigga, I'm gonna show you how to get some money, nigga. I'm show you how to get money." I'll never forget it. He said, "We're gonna throw a concert at the State Theater, not a Fillmore." He said, we're gonna call it the Creep Show.
I remember.
Right?
I remember that show. I met you at that
How he
show.
quarterbacked it though. It was so brilliant.
I met you at that show. I was like
Man, listen.
16 years old when he drove the
When he
beam.
quarterbacked that shit, I was amazed. He said,
When he drove the Benz, he drove the Beamer on stage.
Yeah, he drove the 850 BMW on the stage. But this is how it happened. Let me tell you how it happened, right? We come to my crib where I'm sitting right now in my lab. We at my house, and we put together a commercial.
If he ain't got
where it's
that,
like Isham taking over the radio, like, we taking all. Is this thing on? We did that. Yeah. We go down to WJLB, and he paid them because first we went to the State Theater. He said, "Give me your slowest night. I want to cash it out." They said $5,500 is what they charged. $5,500. We paid that. We left there, went to my house, did the mixtape, did the commercial like it was a mixtape. Went to JLB, bought the spots. Went to Metro Times and bought a full page ad. And next thing you know, he said, "Now watch this motherfucking cake bake." And about 3 that afternoon, we rehearsing for the show. And we doing all kind. About 3 o'clock that afternoon, we doing all that sound check. And people wrapped around the corner, man. He sold that place out. Sold it out. Brilliant, man. You know, he drove that car on stage, man. We had a good time that night. You know what I mean?
Is y'all ready for the millionaire Bruce Wayne?
Man.
I remember that. Y'all ready for the millionaire Bruce Wayne?
And we had so many hey, look, I'm gonna tell you a story, and I ain't really told too many people.
Yeah, man, it's an honor. It's an honor, man. It's an honor, I was gonna say, man.
Hey, look, this is a hood smokers podcast exclusive, right? It's like Charlie Murphy, one of the true hood stories, but this is an Eastside Death Row story, right?
Oh shit. This I gotta hear.
This is what happened. We out there gambling and fucking around, like, you know, we just city to city having fun. And we go to Cleveland. We in Cleveland. I'm telling you, this was the week before Dog Food came out. Dog Pound. So we out there partying and promoting, and we doing what we supposed to do. So there was a talent show, right? And we was gonna host the talent show, Death Row, and Isha, we was all together. So we gonna host this talent show. It was like about 6 o'clock in the evening. So we go to the talent show, but before the talent show, my man E was like, you know, we out there on some players. He said, "Man, I met the baddest bitch in Cleveland. I met the baddest bitch in Cleveland." And we like, "Nigga, you ain't met shit." He said, "No, trust me, dog. And she gonna come to the talent show, and I'm gonna show y'all." I said, "Okay." So it's all love. So fast forward to the talent show, she doesn't show up. Right? So of course, we gonna bust Ishan balls the whole night. "Nigga, where your girl at? Oh, you ain't got she invisible." That's what she had. And he was so upset. And he wasn't really upset, he was disappointed. So on the way out the door, he says, "Man, I can't believe that chick stood me up, man. I can't believe she did that shit, man." He said, "Fuck this shit, man. I'm ready to go back to the D, man. This shit crazy." That's all he said, right? Somebody heard what he said, and before the night was over, it was all over the radio in Cleveland. Death Row said, for Cleveland, they're gonna put the season on the chicken. Death Row said, for Cleveland, fuck Bone, and fuck that shit, and we finna go to Detroit. And now the whole city of Cleveland mad at us. So, hold up. And then what happened? A couple days later, we still there, and we wonder why the energy ain't the same. You know, I had my little girl, my chick over there, so we kicking it. And I'm like, what the fuck? Everybody mean mugging us. Oh man, somebody said y'all said this on the radio. We all nigga, we what nigga? That's bullshit. So anyway, Suge called me and said, "Man," I said, "Look, man, I was on my gangster shit anyway." So I said, "Look, man, Detroit ain't been about a couple hours away, nigga. I can jump on the freeway and go get some pistols and come on back. We tear this motherfucker up if that's what they want, right?" So I jump on the ditch and head back to the city, grab everything I can carry, and swing back on Interstate 80, swing back. And a couple days later, the Dog Pound album dropped, Dog Food. And track 1, Corrupt says, "Ain't got no love for no hoes in harmony. Now it's up." The shit was crazy, but we ended up getting the squad shit, man. But Eshawn, hey, and every time something would go wrong, the homies at the road would be like, "It's the devil. It's Eshawn's fault." That's a true story, though, man. Shout out to nigga E, man. I
I
did a
think
track
that was
on the new Esham album called "We Want That Old Thing Back." I did that track.
Yeah, shit. I remember Esham took shots at Bone Thugs. Wasn't that
The
on
bone
Dead
breaker,
Flowers?
the thug shaker, from here
And
to
who got
Cleveland, nigga, run, don't catch the
Catch the
dum
dum dums.
man? He was always one thing I can say about E is he's outspoken and he ain't gonna bite his tongue for nobody. And win, lose, or draw. You know what I mean? And I always had his back. You know what I mean? I remember when
while I'm on that place.
hey look, here go another one. I got so many stories, man. Watch this.
Yeah, man.
When I first did 50 Niggas Deep, right? And Esham had just had a show at St. Andrews, right? And I asked E,
Make the get the beers.
I asked Esham, I said, man, hey man, let me get 10 minutes of that. Let me perform my 50 Players Deep record, my 50 Niggas Deep record. And he said, I don't give a shit, nigga, come on. So I go to the show, me and Lola.
That's my
We hadn't
friend.
even had no deal yet. We just up. And we performed the record in front of 1,000 white people, right? Who gave less than a shit about hip hop. They was on that Esham shit. You know what I mean? They was on that
Okay.
Right.
wicked shit. You feel me? So they looking at me and Lola like we just unicorns, nigga. Like we was like. So fast forward after the show, Esham does a Marilyn Manson type show. I'm talking, he had the band and the somebody had a giant pig head on, a rabbit head. They playing the guitar. It was just insane. We go upstairs to the balcony and we watching the show. And Esham goes into a rant about Eminem and Haley and all this other shit, right?
Haley's in the coma.
Hold on.
Haley's
He
in
was
the
like, no,
coma.
he was like, it wasn't no music. I'm talking about, he's like, I got Haley in the trunk of my BMW, and he was just going. You know what I mean? I'm like, and me and Lola, we up in the balcony, like, damn, I wonder what he mad at Marshall for. Cause him my dude too. You feel me? I said, I ain't gonna make no difference. I said, well, ain't my business. So he go on do the show. Show was incredible. He did like a 90-minute set. He hung a stripper on a crucifix, and then they had a nun come out, and the nun was waving the Bible around, and the nun reached in her gown and pulled out a butcher knife and started stabbing the stripper, and the crowd was crazy. It was one of them. It was ridiculous. So a couple of weeks later, D12 record release party is at Chocolate City, the titty bar. You know, so and then my guys. So I pull up. Shout out Mark Hicks because he was there. So
Salute,
Mark Hicks.
yeah. So
What up,
Yeah, shout out
I'm
Mark
at the
Hicks.
front door, getting ready to go in. We in a little vestibule at Chocolate City, and in comes D12. Yeah. And I see my man Proof. I see Bizarre. I see all them niggas. The Nine, and my guys. They're my homies. They could be on my mixtapes. Them niggas walk past me like I had shit on my shoes or something, right? I stick my hand, what's up, Proof? And Proof looked at me like, $10. And kept walking. I thought it was a joke. You feel me? I'm like, wait a minute, y'all niggas on some bullshit, nigga. I got more than that too. And Mark Hicks, he said, nah, man, they said you was on stage with Esham. This and Haley. I'm ready to fight in the motherfucker. You feel me? I said, no, man, I was in the balcony. I just opened the show up, but I didn't know nothing about this shit. So about 2 weeks later, Proof came over my house, and we sat and talked, and we did a mixtape joint, freestyle, and we laughed and bullshitted, and we had been cool up until the day he passed away. RP my man Proof, because a lot of people don't realize it. Bizarre said it on, I think DJ Small's podcast, whatever it was, that when before they got on, and I was kind of up with my Death Row niggas and all this, we went to the very first How Can I Be Down, and M, Proof, and Bizarre, they caught the bus down there to Miami, and they didn't have no room, and they slept on it. We let them sleep on our floor. Chocolate juice. He said, come on, nigga, thug it out. He slept on, and he shouted me out. So Bizarre, yeah, you know what I mean? Got your name. Yeah. And that was the same week that Jake had died from the road. He got shot at Jermaine Dupri party. He wasn't dead yet, you know what I mean? So he was fighting. It was just a lot of tension in Miami. You know what I mean? And I was telling him, you know, because him and them sleeping on our floor, and they could hear the chatter, what was going on. And we was at I think Quincy Jones pool party, and once we did that, everybody's pages went off, and we had to go up to the room. And Suge was on the phone saying that Jake had just passed. And I told him, I told him and proof them, I said, man, I can't have y'all in the room. There's some gangster shit going on. I don't want y'all to be involved in this. So y'all they go over there and get the cipher with Buckshot and the homies or something. You know what I mean? Because I didn't want them to be involved. And I ended up having to stay and get on the front lines, you know. But yeah. We could go on and on, man. I got so many. My shit better than Charlie Murphy, yeah.
I want to shout out to chat real quick because we got Detroit Go-Getters and Pew Green Eyes said what up, dope drunk.
Tell them I said what up, man. Salute all the Detroiters, man. You know,
Yeah.
Detroit. I gotta say this for the city, man. They really carried me the whole way. You know what I mean? And it's funny, like wherever I go, if I'm in Atlanta, if I'm in Cleveland, if I'm in New York, if I'm in LA, when they see me, the DJ gonna say Detroit is in the building. They gonna say Drunkenmas. Hey, shout out to OG, but Detroit is up in here. You know what I mean? So I salute that. You know what I mean? And I really respect and love my city. And you know, when I died at the tender age of 103 after getting gang raped by the University of Michigan cheerleading squad. Yeah, that way, all that. Yeah. I'm just happy to be free and be home, man. You know, I've been through a lot, man. It's been a hell of a journey. It's gonna be a movie someday. Real talk. We're working on that.
Yeah.
So next question, bro. What you want to talk about, nigga? Like, look, we go into my 30-something-year-old friendship with Mr. Suge Knight. That's my dude. Or we can talk about man, everything, man. Let's just unpack everything, man. I don't talk much. That's why I made a post like this the last interview because I don't really
it's an honor.
No, it's an honor, man. You know, like when I heard that, I was like, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. When I was in hey, look, I'm what they call extroverted when I'm in the clubs and I'm out and about. But real talk, I'm introverted. You know what I mean? I'm really I'm when I went to prison, they were like, "You have any allergies?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm allergic to beans." And they say, "Beans?" I said, "Yeah, human beings. I don't like beans."
Yeah.
You know? So
they like Max, Super Max.
But when hood smokers reach out, I say, man, you know, by all means, this is Detroit shit, man. So we gotta chop that up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We gotta chop it up.
No doubt.
You know? And I'm responsible for a lot of careers. And I ain't, you know, blowing my own horn or nothing, but I put a lot of play in action for a lot of these artists that's prospering today. You feel me? And I ain't talking about I'm talking about a lot of them, man. And it's too many to count. And I've been on the front lines. And I remember when I was in Atlanta, it's like in 2014, something, when Days Loafing first popped. She wasn't even popped yet. And I'm down there. I just go, you know, I believe if I got something that's hot, I'm gonna give it to the next DJ. Like, nigga, here, you need to be playing this. So I'm hanging out in the A, and I run into my man DJ MLK. He's a power hitter now.
Yeah.
But this was my outcast moment at the Source Awards because I gave him the Days Loaf record to try me. I said, man, you need to be playing this record. This record is about to set the world on fire. And he gave me this speech. And I respected him because I was out of pocket for at the club trying to get him to play a record. I know that. But I was so passionate about my city. And I wasn't on nobody's payroll. I'm talking about this just me. Like, nigga, you need to be playing this record. And he said, oh, man, that Detroit shit, man, I can't play that, man. I don't get down like that. And he was specific. He said, Doughboys cash out shit and that this, that, and the other. He said, nah, man, that ain't it for me, man. I can't play that shit. And I was put in the space where I wanted to slap the shit out of him, but I knew I was wrong because it's club time. You don't do that. You feel me? But I just want to, you know, but I felt like Andre 3000, like, yeah, the South got something to say. Well, Detroit got something to say, bro. Right. But now, they can't play no music without playing some Bezo and some Skilla and all these young cats who brothers like me, my man Trick, and a couple other individuals, my man Big Peanut, and a couple more of us, we paved the way through blood, sweat, and tears by putting down an iron fist on shout out to Proof. That's a shameless plug on the Iron Fist. But
Yeah.
but at the same time, by putting it down for these youngsters so they can make their way, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For real. A lot of them don't realize it. Like I was talking to my man Nut, and that's my brother. And there was an issue between when Doughboys Cash Out and Team Eastside had that altercation at the Mayweather
Yeah.
joint. See, a lot of people don't realize that when that was going on, I had just landed the keys to Atlanta, basically. So we trying to get to the bottom of this, and we getting calls from prison about what happened, who did what, whoop the whoop. And this was hell, Thanksgiving weekend. You know what I mean? But people don't realize that we had a meeting in the basement of a church on the west side with the Nation of Islam. And us OGs and the Dope Boys cats, they was coming in there. Shout out my nephew, rest of dead Rock, and all of them. They came in there, and a lot of them were still lumped up from the ass whoopings. You know what I mean? From the fight. And we sat them young brothers down. Bezo was there. He came in, and they sat there face to face. My man, Ye Jordan, free him. But you know, all characters involved in that was there. And we sat in that basement of that church, and we worked that shit out. You feel me?
That's
We
what's
like,
up.
and it was emotional. It got emotional. It got passionate, and it really, really was up. And because of that, we was like, this is too important right now for y'all to be going at each other, because right now we're in the midst of opening up the door for the entire city to come through in Atlanta, because Atlanta had the keys to the kingdom then. You know what I mean? So, and they had an issue about coming up here due to the no-fly zone. So I would be down there with my nephew Future and all these other cats, Rocco and all the other homies, and then people would be in my ear. The other artists would be like, "Man, talk to your people up there, man. We don't want no smoke. We just want to come up there and make our money." And we like, "Nah, can't nobody come up here with like, nigga, you gotta check. You know how it went." So, in the midst of that, Atlanta wanted to really give us an option to really prosper, and we beat them with each other. You feel me? So we was like, we gotta nip that in the bud. So we had a conversation as men, and a few tears were shed. I'm gonna be honest, and that's how passionate we were about what was going on with this city. And I'll never forget what my brother Trick said, man. He said, with all due respect, I'm gonna ask y'all to do something that I wouldn't be able to do myself. Please stand down, because this city was about to go up. It was about to be a whole lot of issues out here in this world, man, that we can't speak on. So I salute everybody that came through the storm, and together we paved the way for these youngsters, man. And whether we get respect for it or not, you know what I mean? It's all love to me. I ain't mad at nobody, brother. I just got out of prison, nigga. I'm happy to be home. Shit.
Yeah. No, I see people asking about a book. You got a book coming out? I see Green Eye said he was locked up with you D or something like that.
Yeah, when I was incarcerated in the feds, when I first got there, I was crashing out. You know what I mean? Like I just felt like the world had abandoned me. Like, it was me. It was because of moves that I made that landed me in prison. So I just felt like my family and my friends, and I just even though I had to look myself in the mirror and give myself what I call a live autopsy. You feel me? I had to really nigga take accountable for, you did this, nigga. It wasn't us. So when I was in there, my man Big Meech reached out to me. He was in another prison, and he sent me a letter. He sent me a kite, and he was like, first off, he gave me the medication that I deserved and needed. He said, "What the fuck is you doing in prison?" Everybody was shocked, but he was like, ain't no love behind bars, man. But bro was like, "Nigga, what the fuck is you doing? This ain't that, man. Do your time and get the fuck on, man. Go on home." So, and then a couple other individuals in there really kind of pushed me to be creative in there. You know, like my man Lee, he would drop, he would go to the store and drop a pen and pad off at my cut, at my cell. Like, man, write something. You know what I mean? So, long story short, man, I started just really, that was my escapism. You know what I mean? I never really written anything, no stories or books, no shit like that. You know what I mean? And while I was locked up, everybody asked me, you ever read a hood novel? I said, nigga, I am a hood novel. Hell no, I ain't never read none of that shit. You know, but that's how abrasive I was when I was in there. You know what I mean? And I just started. My pops told me a story when I was a kid. My dad died 2 weeks before I went to prison, and he told me a story when I was a kid about some gold that him and his grandmother buried back in the 30s or 20s, whatever it was. He died when he was 92, and he was 5 years old, and he was saying that, you know, some gold that they had buried. So I took the concept of the gold and built a modern day story about that gold still being down there in the swamps. And the book's called Finders Keepers, and it's a hell of a powerful piece of work. And real talk, man, I've done a lot in my career and in my lifetime, but this is by far what they call my magnum opus, the best thing I've ever done. You know what I mean? And it's coming out. The book should be out probably about between 30 to 60 days. It's coming out, and it's a trilogy of books. It's gonna be 3 because I got enough manuscript where it can.
Okay.
We got cliffhangers. But what I did, and this is a Hood Smokers podcast exclusive. What I did was when I came home. See, let me backtrack a little bit. When I caught my case, I was looking at mandatory life with no parole in the state of Alabama, right? That was what my lawyer, right? Oh, it's all bad. You feel me? So my lawyer was brilliant. He said, don't plead nothing. Don't say nothing. Don't plead guilty or innocent, because if you plead, that's gonna lock you into that case. So I stood mute. And he said, well, in about 7 to 8 months, the U.S. Marshals gonna come get you up out of here. The Fed's gonna pick that case up. So I sat and waited. And next thing you know, the Marshals came with that paperwork. Off to the Feds I went. And the federal guidelines wasn't mandatory life. The federal guidelines was 10 to life. So I took the plea and took the 10 years. The judge gave me 120 months. And I'm like, by the time I got sentenced, I already had, I think, 14 months time served in the pocket. And I said, well, shit, I'm only going to do 87% of your time. So, shit, I got 8 years to do this. Now 8 years, I could do that. You feel me? So, I ain't had no choice anyway. So I'm doing my time, and that's when I started writing. You know what I mean? And I met this one a white boy in prison, white guy, and he was a lawyer, whatever it was. I don't. He was Andy Dufresne from Shawshank.
Oh damn!
You know, and, as a matter of fact, well, yeah, we're gonna get to that in a minute. But he was like, he would see me writing. You know what I mean? And he would pull up and he say, man, if I can ask, what you writing? You an author? Or you a book? What are you doing? And I said, nah, man, I used to be I said, famous DJ, rapper, producer, street nigga, whatever you want to call it. I'm just trying to occupy my mindset. And he said, well, I'm I'm in the entertainment business, and I'm here for some whatever he was here for. And he said, Stephen King happens to be one of my clients. And I said, really? Stephen King? He's like, yeah. I said, okay. I said, he said, you mind if I read a couple pages? And I said, yeah, I'm the shit. I started, the air just came out. Oh, I'm the shit. Shot it to him. And he sat there and read that shit. And he looked at me and shot my dreams right in the head. Twice. He said, man, this is garbage. This shit is trash. I'm like, what? He said, listen to me. He says, you have to be more descriptive when you write. He said, I know you see it in here, but I can't see it when I read these pages. He said, okay, the chick was beautiful, right? Well, she had 3 titties. I can't see that. You feel me? And he say, be descriptive, tell the story, and take them there. He said, that's one thing I want to tell you. He said, number 2, he says, on these pages, always remember, you are God on these pages. So when you write, you control everything about everything. If you don't like a character, kill him. If you don't like, hit him with a truck, cut his head off. And he said, number 3, don't be afraid to entertain dark ideas. He said, your lead character could be a cannibal. Your lead character could be a Nazi. Your lead character could be a rapist. That's whatever you want to do. You take them there. And you don't invite them to go nowhere. You drag the listener. You drag the reader. You feel me? So I balled that shit up, threw it in the garbage, and started over. And he gave me a book called Writer's Digest. He said, check this little magazine out. He had pointers and tips. He was like, always start in the middle of the conflict and work around it. He said, remember this movie called Goodfellas? I said, yeah, everybody know Goodfellas. He said, how did it start? I said, it was a body in the trunk. All my life, I wanted to be a gangster. I'm like, yeah. He said, we go urban. He said, remember the movie Paid in Full? I said, yeah. He said, how did it start? I said, my man partying with his boys. The next thing you know, he go home and get shot in the head in the middle of the bullshit. He said, start there and work around it. So I took those ideas and those jewels and came up with this story. So the book will be out. And here's something that's dope, right? And this is something that's never been done. And people, call me a creative mastermind, genius, whatever they want to fuck call it. But when I was on home confinement, because I got when the pandemic hit, I got home confinement, and so now I'm stuck at home, and I'm stuck in the studio. I'm like, oh, this is beautiful. So one morning I wake up and I say, well, I'm gonna go downstairs and read my manuscript to myself. So I plugged the studio up, turned the mic on, and started reading. And once I did that, I started thinking. I said, wait a minute. I'm not reading, I'm narrating. I'm telling this story. I said, let me tell this story in my own soulful drunken master style, right?
Yeah.
So I started recording it, and and I took my mics and set them outside to get the atmosphere, and the streets, and the noise, and then I had the little stripper bras come over. Hey, baby, go in the mic and say this. She'd go in there and say something, not knowing she'd be in the character. She didn't have to read. I would alley-oop them line by line.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know it?
Gotcha.
We got hours and hours and hours of this story that they came together. And I let a couple people that's in the movie business and in the music people hear it, and they were visibly shaking. I'm talking, it's one of those. Shout out my girl Kyrie Miller. She sat there and listened to it and was like, oh my God, like she was visibly upset. And people, when they sit there, they close their eyes. And what we calling it is not an audio book. This is an audio movie, the very first one that's ever been done.
Like an experience, because like you can hear that kind
You're
like
in it. You're in it. And when you sit there and listen to it, you in it, and you close your eyes. Everybody that's heard some of it, they sit there and they close their eyes and they're jumping and they're right there in the middle of it. And it's so powerful. I touch every human emotion. So anyway, Finders Keepers coming soon. And the book's coming out. The audio is coming attached to the book. The audio movie is 2 different genres. It's a whole new genre of entertainment that we're doing. And one of my other close homies, Big Fly, he owns Think It's a Game in Atlanta. Wife and Lucci, his artist. Lucci be home in a few weeks. He did the Rich Gang shit. He got multi. He's a successful brother. He's happens to be one of my closest friends at TIG. And he was like, we're gonna put this thing out as a series, kind of like Snowfall. So that's coming as well. The cameras go up real soon. Cast the call coming. I'm just working, man. I'm just trying to really stay free. You feel me? And, I got.
And what's going to be the best way to
management, Metamorphosis management. My management team who really keep me from going crazy, because it's a thin line between genius and insanity, man. A lot of times I be wanting to but they be like, relax, brother.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, music I think pretty much is what saves a lot of our lives and stuff.
There's an old saying, music soothes the savage beast. That's a fact.
Yeah. Real talk.
And we
What's the best way to get a hold of this when the book comes out with the audio and yeah.
we're setting everything up now.
Okay.
And just pay attention to the campaign, the social media. You probably see billboards, you'll see all kind of shit. But
We'll definitely promote it on here. I was gonna say we'll promote it
yeah,
on
we're
here.
gonna promote it everywhere. But it's a
Okay.
powerful piece of work, and it gets dark. It touches every and it's based out of Detroit. It's a Detroit story. You know what I mean? Like in a nutshell, it's about four guys who grew up on the same block, right? Everybody take different paths in life. So one guy is
Okay.
basically a gangster, dope dealer, shooter,
Okay.
real nigga. You hear me? Then the second guy, he was like the ghetto. He could have been LeBron James, but he got caught gambling and got kicked off out of sports. But he's the Hollywood flashy nigga with the Cardis and the bitches and the old school drops and all that. Him. And then there's another guy who's the neighborhood knucklehead with a Napoleon complex because he's a little guy. And then there's a civilian who is the catalyst of the whole story. And the civilian, his grandfather is in the hospital, sick, who needs an operation. And once he gets called to his grandfather's bedside, his grandfather said, I want you to go home, look up in the attic, there's something you need to look at. And there's a map. And he gets his homies from the block, who all got money issues of their own, to go down south and get this gold. And it's like 30 million worth of Confederate gold because they was going to use the plantation owners was pooling their resources together to start another Confederacy. And his great grandmama was happened to fall in love with one of the plantation guys' sons, was white, and they was trying to steal the gold and move up north, but they got caught. But they buried it in time, and they got caught and killed, and there the gold sat. And the only person who knew about it was the 5-year-old grandson. And years later, after everybody's dead and gone, the grandfather gives this map to his son and said, "Look, y'all gotta go down and get this money, man. Save everybody." And when he does that, but here's the thing: that's why it's called finders keepers, because finding the gold was the easy part, but keeping it and keeping your friendships tight because money changes people. And
Yeah.
you start to look. There's a saying that you should always notice that your closest friend is only one situation away from becoming your worst enemy. And you should always notice the enemy in your friends before they change. So if this is my best homie and he know everything there is to know about me, if he turned into my enemy, what kind of damage could he do?
Right.
And that's explored in this big story. The
Yeah.
strippers, the pillow talkers, the robbers, the haters, and all these in one big pot. You know what I mean? And it's gonna
Yeah.
be a powerful piece of work. And you know, it's got the titty bar shit in it. And you know, because I come from the strip club, so it's got
Right.
the strippers. Because one of the guys, you know, pillow talking with one of the dancers, and she's a slime ball, and it just escalates. It just snowballs out of control. And it's about how it all intersects and comes together. But it's a powerful piece of work, man. People stopping me when I was in prison. People stopped me on the compound who knew what about the story, and they would stop me and ask every day, like, "What are they doing?" Like it's a soap opera or something. She's like, "What's up with dog? What that girl doing, man? Tell me." They was really so. Some of the characters are based on real events, and some of the ideas, and it's got a lot of historical landmarks and historical, like where if you Google this, you be like, ah. So I take a lot of the historical
Historical stuff
events
and put.
and put that in the midst of the fictional characters and how they work it. You know what I mean? It's a deep story though, man. It's called Finders Keepers. Coming soon, man. I can't
Yeah.
wait.
I'm looking forward
You
to
know?
it.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I want to
Yeah. Oh man.
definitely like.
Hey, look, it's going. I tell everybody if you prepare yourself, your mind's gonna be blown because it's one of those. You know, and I'm not avid thing about blowing my own horn, but this is the one. You know what I mean?
That's what's
People
up.
like, oh, you used to do the mixtapes, you do all this shit. Yeah, it was big, but this is
Yeah.
way on a whole another playing field. And
Yeah.
I'm proud that I got the right management behind me pushing the envelope. Shout out Carl to Clyburn, Damon Pondexter, my girl 12. You know what I mean? and everybody else, coalition, and everybody just pushing it. You know what I mean? They like, dog, you got one. And like Big X, he came, they flew down here. Shout out Big X from the Coalition DJs in Atlanta. Him
Salute.
and DJ Funky, they flew up here because I was stuck at home. They flew up here just to listen to the project. And X said, man, it feel good to go. It's gonna feel good to have the #1 shit on Spotify. That's what he said on the way out the door. So they know it's gonna be a special time. Like, gotta be patient, man. You gotta be patient and trust the process. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be a great
Yeah.
year. What's next, bro? What we talking about? Ask me some shit, man. So much more.
Yeah. What up, though?
Who's Smoking Podcast, by the way? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, just let me know when you had that casting call.
You can act a little bit, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually in this movie called The Seed for Families that we working on now.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, one a good friend of mine. She's the queen of urban novels. Her name's Nikki Turner. You ever heard of her?
I heard
The
the
name
name.
sounds familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, she's huge. And a friend introduced me to her, man, and we've been talking, and she really been pressing the line, pushing me, and she got some shit coming out. That So everybody working, man, and you know it's a lot of money in that Tubi shit. People be laughing at that Tubi shit, but a lot of big checks over there, bro. Them little
Yeah.
checks,
And
300,000.
then
It is.
the cartoon.
But this how small the world world is. I started a new job at the Salvation Army, right?
Okay.
Ran into Firstborn.
Okay.
Got cool with him. Come to find out, my man who directed the Coney, My Hitters 1 and 2, The Noise and the Music.
Oh, you said the movie The Corner?
The Coney.
Okay.
The Coney, The Noise and the Music, and My Hitters 1 and 2 was my man's Maurice. But all this time, I'm sitting up here kicking it with my man Morilla every day.
Man, you know, it's funny. That's how the universe works, man. If the thing is, man, if your intentions are honorable in anything you do and your heart is pure, the entire universe will conspire to help you. That's just how it works. You know what I mean? People be talking about
facts right there. Yeah.
People be talking like, you know, with my story with Death Row, right? You would be surprised. It's the funniest, oddest way how I end up getting on with those guys. I mean, I can break it real quick. It was just the craziest. There used to be a convention called Jack the Rapper.
Jack the Rapper.
Okay, yeah, Jack the Rapper. Okay.
Yeah. All right, look, in 88, 89, I used to go down there all the way through to the end. But 88, 89, I would save up my little money, me and the homies, and we couldn't afford a badge. That's why I went with Irv Ski and all them dudes. And we couldn't afford a badge, so we would it'd be 15 niggas in one night's in down the road about 20 miles from Atlanta. And we go up in the afternoon, you could be hanging out in the lobby until everybody get put out if you don't have no laminate. So we did that for a couple years. I'm trying to get Russell Simmons my tape. You feel me? Because I see Run, I see everybody walking around rich, and I'm like, oh man, I gotta have this. And I started navigating my way through. So first couple of years, I'm like, in about the second year, I finally get to go up. My man, this one third base was hot. Remember?
Oh man, get the gas, get the gas.
I got searched my demo.
Step into the AM.
Right. I got searched my AM. They was dope to me. So I got searched my demo tape, and we kicked it in. And he said, "Man, come on upstairs to the suite." So I'm up in Russell Swenton and Def Jam's hospitality suite, and I looked in the room. He took my tape and put it in a pile of other tapes. It was hundreds of them. I started thinking. That's when I was like, man, this is bullshit. You feel me? So they started talking.
That's like a hustle and flow moment almost.
Yeah.
Right
so what I did, I was like, well, you know, he said, yeah, we're gonna get to it, this, that, and the other. So I'm thinking, yeah. So I'm trying to get on with Def Jam and shit. So I saw Hammer when he walked through the lobby. He's like, I just got my deal. I need artists. He was happy and shit. I'm like, oh, they passed that money out down here. I would see a dude sitting in the corner playing a guitar. It's Wyclef trying to get on. You feel me?
Shit.
So I did that for a couple years. And this one particular year, I saw the flimsiness of the Hollywoodness of the whole shit. I said, man, Russell Simmons, he gonna need a whole nother bag of luggage to take all them goddamn tapes back. I say, man, I ain't taking no demo tapes. I ain't taking nothing. I'm just going down there and whole hop. I'm going to parties, and I'm going to just party, and I'm going to get high, and I'm going to drink, and we're going to smoke weed all day, and we just going to just enjoy the moment. So it's funny how shit works, right? So now, this one particular year, I'm sitting in the lobby, kicking it. And this one year, me and Guru from Gangstar, shout out my man G.
Yeah, oh man, yeah.
We sitting there drinking in the in the lobby. And we got so drunk. He's big Bex. We got so drunk, and he got to talking about how to exterminate. He was on some Hitler shit when it came to revolutionary shit. We could give him injections and we could all like, nigga, you tripping. So while all this is going on, everybody's on, and I'm sitting there like, damn, broke, mad. You like, damn, man, ain't nobody getting it. And I'm like, I got talent too, man. I say, fuck this shit. So everybody standing in the lobby. Charlie Wilson from the Gap Band. He was one of the biggest dope fiends.
Yeah.
It was sad to look at. He would walk through the lobby, and people like, man, get the hell away from me. It was like that.
Oh,
like, damn, it's fucked up. But what it was, like hip hop had really started to take off and grow legs. I walked into the lobby bar, and it was this woman sitting there playing the piano, and she was singing, and wasn't nobody paying her any attention. It was Tina Marie, man. She was singing Deja Vu. Beautiful. I've been here by herself and with nobody because all eyes was on hip hop. So I'm sitting there. It's like 92, like 92, 93. And I'm in the lobby. It's packed. Babyface and L.A. Reid had just launched LaFace Records. And they did the most gangster shit. They came walking through the lobby with a marching band, with a big ass marching band, and behind the band was the artist. It was Outkast, TLC, and whoever the other artists were, and behind them was LA and Babyface suited up, walking like gangsters. I said, "Oh, this shit is so dope." So while all this shit is going on around me, I overhear this one guy says, he said, "Man, DJ Red Alert missed his plane. I ain't got nobody to host this show. I don't know what the fuck I do, and I got this girl up in the room. I don't know." He just and I say, "Hey man," I'm ear hustling. I say, "My man, hey, you need somebody to you know?" He said, "Yeah, you want to do it? Come with me." Just like that. And he take me into this big ass room. There's 1,000 people in there. It was Warner. I'll never forget it. It was Warner Electra Atlantic. WEA. It was their luncheon. And I'm talking everybody and their mom. I'm telling you what, Bebe's kids was just getting ready to come out because they was passing out the cassettes in a pamper. Robin Hood, bless the dead.
oh, yeah.
So it was wild in there. So I go up. I had back then I had like when Def Comedy Jam started.
Yeah.
Martin would have on the cross color shit on
Yeah.
Friday night. And
Damn.
Saturday I have on the same shit. I was fly as fuck. I bought all the cross color. So he take me in there. I go on stage. Had my Jodeci boots and shit on.
Jodeci boots.
Yeah.
Big ass hat. I go in there and he said, "Go up there and welcome everybody to the event." I welcomed everybody. Spotlight hit me. All these suits and execs and everybody. And we got some artists that's gonna come on. Everybody gonna do their thing. Thank you for coming out. Everybody clap. I go off the stage. He said, "Man, good looking out. Good looking out." He said, "You hungry?" I said, "Hell yeah, I'm hungry." He said, "Come with me." We go to another ballroom. Mercury Records had just, I tell you what the hottest record out in America was. Tony. It's our anniversary with the hottest record out right there.
It's
Right?
our anniversary.
So
Yeah.
it was somewhere in 93, 94.
Yeah.
So we go backstage and Tony on stage. It's packed in this another ballroom. And they performing and they had this big ass buffet back there. And my man said, "Man, get you something to eat, dog." And I'm like, "Shit." I grabbed some chicken and grabbed one guy come up. He said, "Excuse me." He said, "Man, who is you? Where's y'all eating this Tony food? Y'all not supposed to be back here." I didn't say nothing. I just sat back eating my chicken. You feel? And the brother that took me back there, he said, "Well, my name is Barry Dufay." He said, "I'm the leader. I'm the entertainment coordinator for this entire convention. And if you got any issue with me, he said, just because you being a smart mouth, y'all got 5 minutes while I'm gonna pull the plug. He grabbed his walkie-talkie. Give me some security back here. I'm thinking like, damn, I'm with the boss. I didn't even know it. You feel me? He introduced me to Jack Gibson, rest of dead. That's Jack the rapper. He introduced me to Jill and all of them. And I'm like, damn. He said, man, you ain't never got to pay to come to this convention no more, man. You with me, dog. And he said, I don't give a fuck about these singing ass niggas. This shit, he said, I got 2 groups. Then he told me. He said, I got 2 groups. He said, if they blow up, I'm going to eat forever. It was 95 South and the 69 boys. They had that whoop, there it is. And they had Tootsie Roll and all that shit.
Tootsie Roll.
So now I'm walking around with the boss. I'm hanging out, and we go back to the lobby. And this is when Luke Records and Death Row
Was
kind of beefing.
Oh, okay, because you had Cowards in Compton was
Cowards
coming
in
out from
Compton
Luke,
came
and
out.
then
Get sprayed in days.
and then yeah, Dre there.
All that. That's what this
Mhm.
weekend.
Yeah.
So we stand in the lobby. A guy named Kevin Black walks up and he says, "I'm here on behalf of Suge Knight and Death Row Records, and if they don't perform their song, we won't perform ours. And this is non-negotiable." That's what he says. And my man Barry, he looks at Black and says, "Well, Drunk running it, you need to talk to him." And he walks away. Left me standing there holding the bag. And Black says, "Oh, nigga, you running this shit? You hosting? Come with me." Now, every year, for the last 2 years, every time I would go down there to the convention, I would see this big muscle bound, bald head nigga, blood gang looking nigga. And I'm like, "What's up, homie? What's up, dog? Okay, whoop the whoop." We chop it up and keep it pushing. You want to brew or something? No, I'll see you next time. I see you out here working. That's all it was. High and by, quick, not knowing the whole time that was Suge. You see what I'm saying? So when Black says, "You hosted the shit," they had a thing called Death Row, had a thing called Execution Night. So the tension was between Luke and them, you know what I mean? And so Black introduced me to the homies. I go on about my business. Now I got the keys to the kingdom, you feel me? Now somebody hit me on the walkie-talkie, said, "Luke them at the door, at the side door." I said, "All right." I go to the side door and let them niggas in, man. And it was about 20 or 30 of them motherfuckers. They had golf clubs, baseball bats.
Oh man.
And listen, man, they tore that hotel up. The two teams clashed, and they tore that hotel up. People running out the Hilton like it was on fire. It was crazy. I was standing there like, "Oh, this shit crazy."
Yeah. Oh man.
Tore up the convention. So after all that got squashed, and I think the next day, Death Row getting ready to throw their little shit. And in the midst of it, Mr. Suge Knight, Marion, lost his cell phone. He lost his phone. And it just so happened, show you how the planets lined up. It just so happened this little chick who I was down there with from the D, from the Brass Key.
Right.
Here we go.
Look, she goes in the ladies' room and finds his cell phone in the stall. I guess she was probably in there with a little broad or something. You know how it go. So she finds the cell phone. And I'm like, "Give it to me. I got it." I said, "I want to get this, whoever, I got Suge Knight, whoever he is, I got his phone." So all the homies, "Oh, man, give me the phone." "No, nigga, I got to get that man his phone and something. Nigga, I got it." The seas parted and in walks my homeboy, who I've been knowing for a couple of years, Big Suge. And this nigga says, "Oh, that's my nigga right there. What's up, dog?" I said, "This is my nigga, man." I'm like, "You Suge Knight?" He said, "Yeah, man." He said, "We got Dr. Dre. We got to work this up." He said, "What you doing?" I said, "Man, I'm hosting this shit. Wait for you to give me a job, nigga." And nigga say, "Hold up." He say, "I tell you what, man, here go my number. Call me. And when it's over, when all this Hollywood shit over, call me, nigga, and we're gonna chop something up." So I bet. Put the number in my pocket, go on about my business. After the convention, I'm still DJing at the Brass Key. I leave Atlanta, come back to the D, and I got all this new music. I got the mixtapes popping. I'm up. And a couple days later, I said, "Let me call this nigga." "What's up, homie?" "Oh, man, I think you was going to call me, dog. What's up, man? What you doing?" I said, "Man, I'm at work just chilling, man." He said, "Look, man, why don't you come on out here to California?" Just like that. And I was like, "Oh, man, I ain't got no money to be." jet setting with you rich ass niggas, man. Come on, man. He said, dog, I'm gonna connect you to my assistant, and we gonna send for you, nigga. Come on out here. He said, and by the way, bring a bad bitch with you, man. We gonna ball. I asked every stripper, every bad, and nobody wanted to go. Nobody wanted to go, man.
Oh man.
And my girl Anita Paulson, bless the dead. She was bartender, Indian with the dot, beautiful. She she went out there with me for my put on, man, and we ain't looked back. You feel me? Ever since then, I was cool with Dog. He said, man, you need to hang out with this guy here. It was Kevin Black. He was the head of promo. He said, hang out with him, watch him, learn. And I started learning, hanging out with the homies. Took me to Compton, took me to introduce me to my man Bunchery, who ended up being one of my best friends. Everybody talk about Big Bunchery on all these podcasts and all that. That was one of my guys. You know, he used to come to the D. They used to come to my city. They used to come out here, man, and just stay at my house. You feel me? When nobody knew. So
Yeah.
shout out to all of them, man. But that's how if it was gonna be a documentary or movie, I would call it Forrest Chump instead of Forrest Gump, because I stumbled across all these events and put it
Yeah.
all together and made it make sense, man. It ended up being a 40-year career, man. Next question, homie.
Hey,
Damn.
we got
Hood Smokers Podcast, by the way. Yeah.
Look,
Jump.
we got
we
questions from
appreciate that.
the chat. If you want to take some questions from the chat, shout out Chester McFly, Philly homie, and
Oh,
Detroit Go
What's up,
salute.
Devils.
homie?
That's gonna be fly. What up, though, homie?
Whoop. What's poppin'?
But they say they want to know about your first studio session on Sheridan on the East Side. They grew up on Sheridan.
Wow. Damn. My first studio session. I'm trying to remember. You mean upstairs? Was it the after hour spot?
I'm not sure. They just said the first studio. They said something about King's production too.
Yeah. I used to be over there. Song King Productions.
Okay.
That go back to my man Maserati Rick. You know, like all my friends was hustling. You know, back in the '80s, the crack era had hit. So Rick would come over my house and sit in my driveway and watch Star Trek at 6 o'clock on Saturdays and sit in his truck. And, when Eric B. and Rakim came out with Paid in Full and LL and all this shit was popping in '87, I was like, nigga, I want to rap. And they Rick was like, nigga, you don't want to hustle with us? Oh, nigga, I want to be a rapper. Nigga, hip hop, it was in my blood. So he took me to, he had his brother Clyde, Maserati Rick, brother Clyde Carter, blessed the dead. He said, I have my brother Clyde come pick you up. And Clyde took me to McClellan and Gratiot to Song King Productions. That's Glenn Cannon's studio. And they took me in there and said, let little bro work. Let him work. And I started fucking around. Remember the group The Honeys?
Yep. I
They had
remember
a
them.
song called How Low Can You Go?
I remember them.
I was the one scratching on that record. I'm the one produced that song.
Oh shit.
That Song King Productions.
Oh,
But that was my first real where I really got to try to be a little creative in the studio on my own process, because the very first song I ever rapped on, Kid Rock did the beat. And then I just thought I could be a rapper, you feel me? And I was writing some shit, and we did it up at his crib and out in Romeo. Because his father owned a car dealership or some shit, so we did it
Oh,
out
we
there.
know. Richie
yeah,
Ford.
yeah.
Crest
Probably
Ford, was it?
Richie Ford.
Rich,
Yeah,
rich,
yeah.
rich. Yeah.
Yup. But and you know that shit popped, and you know we were just trying to get in. I was trying to really just anything, nigga. I was trying to do graffiti, try to do everything with breakdance, man. You know, and between that, you know, up in the skating rink, that's where I met all the homies at. You know what I mean, like Rick and all them guys, and you know, I used to be one of the best roller skaters in the country. Real talk. A lot of people didn't know. That's why my knees so bad today, man. Because we used to do shows. Me and my partner Marv, bless the dead, he had a we had a group called Blues Brothers. Me and him, we should dress up like Belushi and Aykroyd with the suits
Oh,
and
do the
hats
suit and
and
the glasses.
sunglasses and do shows. Everywhere we go, we walk in any skating rink and shut that bitch down. You know what I mean? Like they be like, oh, the Blues Brothers is here. We was like that. And you know, that's where hip hop started. You know what I mean? My man Marv, he gave me $500 for my first studio session. And that's how
Word.
this whole shit started when I went to the big studio. And you know, it just took wings, man. You know. That's why you get all this. That's why you got all this hardware on the wall, these plaques and all this other trinkets and all this other shit.
Yeah.
That ain't worth shit. At the end of the
Right.
day, can't eat no plaques. But I appreciate all that. You know what I mean? Like, I've created relationships. See, I got a thing where like a word I use a lot is called allies. Like, before the United States go jump on anybody, they always get all their allies together. Like, hey, look, we about to run up in Iraq. Hey, France, hey, England, hey, Germany, y'all coming with us, right? And once you get everybody on the same page, reading the same book at the same time, then you make a play. You feel me? Like when I did 50 Players Deep, I had no budget. It wasn't no money. I pressed up, I think, 50 pieces of vinyl. That was it. 50 white labels.
Damn.
And I used them 50 to my
Oh,
advantage. I called my man Lenny Berry in Cleveland. I mean, how many? Nigga, bring me 20. I'm like, damn, I only got 30 pieces left. You feel me? But
yeah.
but we worked it. You know what I mean? And before you know it, the shit just popped off, and it ended up being something spectacular, man. Like when the shit really took off, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, this shit is crazy, man. We did Summer Jam and Royce. I did Howard Homecoming, and my girl Lola didn't even show up. I did Howard Homecoming and Royce 5'9", and they stood on stage with me. Shit, man, it was a good time, man. We had a good moment. Shout out to FUBU guys, you know. And
Yeah.
they came through and heard the song, and the song was damn near 2 years old by the time they heard it. And they heard the shit and said, "Who is this guy?" For Universal. I'm trying to get something going with them, and the shit just ended up being a situation that ended up helping. But they was mad, like, the city was mad because when we shot the video, right? And shout out my man Nas. God shout him out
Salute.
because the record was out. The record was just getting ready to come out on Universal, and summer we was up. We doing shows all over the place, and I'm back at home, and I get a call from Universal Records, and they say, "Hey, man, can you do your video in Miami?" I said, "Hell no, I ain't doing my video in no Miami." I said, "Man, it's a Detroit record, man. This is deep. You gotta do that shit in the D." They say, "No, man, we got a situation." See, when FUBU did the Good Life album that 50 Deep was on, the lead song was called The Good Life. And the original song was Nas, Corrupt, with Nate Dogg singing the hook. It was dope. And plus, it was coming fresh off the East-West conflict.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but Corrupt had a label deal in Philly called Entre Records. And Entre
Oh, shit.
stepped in and said, we want to make this our first single for Corrupt. And FUBU and Universal said, no, we got it over here. They said, well, y'all got to take Corrupt off that record. It would have been a perfect balance for East West, Dog Pound, Corrupt, and Nas rapping together with Nate singing the hook. It'll ease a lot of tension out here.
Mm-hmm.
But the powers that be wasn't buying it, so now they had to take Corrupt off the record. So what FUBU decides to do was put a group called the 54 Platoon from New Orleans on the record with Nas. Salute 54, good guys. But business-wise, that was a bad look for FUBU because when it came time, the record comes out, Nas listens to it and says, wait a minute, who the hell is these guys? Y'all got it looking like I'm doing a song with those guys.
Right.
Oh, so
And
they did that and he had no clue of it.
he had no clue. He said, well, I can't be in the video. He said, I'll tell y'all what y'all do. He said, you take them off, put my Bravehearts on there with Nate Dogg singing the hook, and we're good. FUBU said, nah, can't do that. The record already pressed and ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
So now I said, well, fuck your video. And next thing you know, I'm sitting at the crib, and I get a call from Universal saying, hey, man, can you come down here to do your video in Miami? I said, nah, man, it's got to be a Detroit record. Well, we got the cast down here, we got the models, and we got Benny Boom directing it, and we got all this shit going on, but we have no talent. I said, look, man, my city, this shit gonna have to be in the... I said, well, let me ask you a question. I said, this is a $300,000 video, that's they talking. I said, is this gonna cost me anything at the end of the day? They said, not $1. It's gonna cost, it's going to FUBU's budget. It's not gonna cost you anything. I said, can you put that in writing? They said, yeah. They said, by the way, can you get about 20 of your homeboys to come down here to Miami Memorial Day weekend? I'm like, oh, free trip to Miami. Let's go. So we go shoot the video Memorial Day weekend in Miami. And once the video came, we looked at the first take of it. I said, man, it looked like a goddamn FUBU commercial. Fuck that. I said, shit ain't
no,
it ain't
yeah,
gritty, it ain't grimy enough. This is a hood record.
yeah.
So now they had to make arrangements to do a reshoot, and they didn't want to bring the crew out here, logistic wise. So we had to fly to New York, and we shot it in Queens. And you know, it was all cool, even though it was it was a Crip neighborhood, and I had a whole bunch of Damus with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, oh yeah,
Them niggas,
yeah.
hold on, them niggas come up to us on the video set. Hey man, you know who? I said, nigga, I know where the fuck I'm at, nigga. I was a monster back in the day, man. I didn't give a shit. I didn't care nothing about it. This one little dude, he pulled a pistol on the set. One of them little Queens niggas. He pulled it. Everybody on the bus ducking down and shit. I said, give me the gun. I got it. I was about to bust that nigga, man. But thank God I didn't. It was a crazy time, man. Me and Lola, you know, we ended up being lifelong friends behind it. She like my little sister. I love her. And Lola, she breathed new life into the record, man. I came in front. But see, it was all strategic because I know I ain't the most handsome nigga in the world, and sex sells. You feel me? And I said that we could put a female on the record, and what that does is give the record a new edge. It's like a battle with the sexes without the battle. That means the women have a flag to fly, and before you know it, you play that record in the club, the women just be sitting there waiting on their part to jump in. I said that's what it was meant to be. So, and we got to go see the world, man. We made it like number 10 on Billboard, something like that, and we got to go see things that we never would have saw. You know?
You and Lola got some new music coming out?
Yes. I'm glad you let. That's a solid alley oop right there. I talked to Lola about a week ago, and she told me, she said, OG, I'm ready. And I said, well, you know, we got songs already in the vault, a whole bunch of them. I got hundreds of joints because that's all I do is my therapy. You know what I mean? But she said, I'm ready to work and let's do this. And we got some shows coming up. We ready for bookings. And, I've done a couple joints without her. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, in the energy, I told her, I said, the energy is just so different where we get to the female part and we got to either cut the record off or just let the crowd sing it. And it's just shit ain't the same. You know what I mean? When we went this side by side. So I told her, I said, babe, we bonded at the hip. Unfortunately, we got to rock together. You know what I mean? So I got some ideas, and she respects my creativity because when I'm in a studio environment, it's not a dictatorship, but I always let people know that somebody has to drive the car. Somebody got to take the wheel. We're going to get there. And I respect everybody's input and this, that, and the other. I say, but let me, and see, I ain't saying I'm a musical fucking Yoda or no shit like that, but I'm a DJ. I've been in the biggest club environments. I know what works, what works with the crowd, what works with the listener. I'm a student of the game, so I know what's gonna possibly work. You know what I mean? And real talk, hey, Hood Smokers Podcast. Look, if I was about 10 years younger, man, I'd be running you little niggas, man. I'm telling you, hey, they wouldn't have no chance in the rap game because I'm better than a lot of these people, man. For real. I'm a lyrical mastermind, man, when it comes to writing and when it comes to being creative, you know. I'm gonna just jump in these books and this movie shit, man. But I'm gonna do the hip hop. Me and Lola, we got another project coming out. We haven't named it yet, but we're gonna drop a whole another project for the summer. It's coming out this year. I say probably by maybe July we have it ready. And, it's gonna set the rest of the summer on fire because every song gonna be an anthem. It's gonna be, I don't believe in nothing less. You know what I mean? And we got some grimy shit. We got some uplifting shit. You know, and then being that we're a little older, I'm more of a seasoned veteran. That it wouldn't make sense for me to get out there and do the same kind of music that they're doing. All the turn up. Picture a 50-year-old nigga turning up,
Right.
sipping syrup and all that old. You know what I mean? And I'm on the wrong side of 50, real talk. But that's a whole nother story. And but that just don't match. But see, there's a lane in hip hop that's missing. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And shout out my man Scarface, Brad Jordan, man, because there's a lane that's missing. See, there's a lot of 40, 50-year-olds that don't want to sip syrup and lean and pop pills but we love hip hop so dearly
Mm-hmm.
that, like, I remember when I did the Hip Hop 50 show with Rakim and KRS-One and
Yeah.
EPMD and them at the Fox last year. This one dude, I called him, and he's like, oh, man, that shit ain't gonna be shit. He was one of them. But we show up at the show, I said, they're gonna bring me on. I went and did my thing, and we shut it down, and it was 5,000 people there. And once we did it, damn nigga, you yawning the yacht, man. You tired, man? You
Yeah.
yawning like you sleepy, man. You sleepy or something, homie?
Brother King, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Man,
With
yeah.
us.
man,
How early
I
you
just
get up?
stopped.
It's like he goes in about 3, like get up
Man,
about 3. Yeah,
anyway,
I
I got
get
look.
up. I get up at about 2:33 in the
yeah,
morning.
2:30.
Got to
Yeah,
be at work at 4:35.
yeah.
The money don't sleep, so why should you? You feel me?
Oh, I ain't
Wow.
going to sleep.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
ain't.
no, no, nah.
Yeah, but real talk, like I was saying, there's a lane in hip hop that's vacant right now because you got the youngsters and you got the ladies doing their little prostitution music. That's what I call it.
Yeah, that's
And you got the spitters in the bars, the niggas that's really the backpack, the hip hop
yeah,
diehards.
yeah.
You got them over there. You got the gangsters doing the trap. You got them over there. And you got the women doing their prostitution music. You got them over there. But what's missing is that's those for the youngsters. There's people who's grew older who still love hip hop. You know what I mean? Who's grew older and they like, well, shit, I don't want to sip lean and pop perks and hit switches and shoot people. I just want to bob my head to some good boom bap, to some music that's gonna take me somewhere.
Yeah.
Everybody and niggas act like they so tough, like they ain't never hugged their mama before, like
Yeah.
they ain't never hugged their mother before. You know
Hey,
what I
you know
mean?
what?
But when I was in prison, I said, damn, where all the rap niggas at? Ain't no rappers in here, but they all out there saying like they the biggest kingpins in the world. You feel me?
Mm,
Where they at? Out there lying, telling lies on records. If there
Right.
was that much dope in this city, this would be Bogota, Colombia, bro. Real
Yeah.
talk. And I'm proud. Hey, look, I got caught with 20 bricks, nigga, so I knew I sold me some dope, but I ain't proud. I ain't proud of it. That's a mistake I
Right.
Right.
made in life.
good talk. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shit, that shit
Hey,
ain't nothing to brag about. Because
you know
one
what?
thing for sure, and two things for certain, they got plenty of bed space in these prisons for you tough.
Yes, they
That's
do.
facts.
They'll tear down the hospital to build a prison, bro. A lot of
Real
these niggas
talk.
think it's something sweet, but see, prison don't begin when the bars close.
Right.
Understand that. Real prison begins when they put you someplace that's too far for your family to visit. When you got to sit there in the dark by yourself and you ain't
Mhm.
got nothing but your thoughts. You feel me? That's when prison starts. That's when you start to really, like I said, give yourself a live autopsy. Because I'm
Yeah.
and mental health is everything. Um, and I ain't gonna lie, there was a time that I was in such a dark place in prison that I was, like I said at the beginning of this podcast, man, I was crashing out. You know what I mean? Because and this ain't no pity party. You feel me? I mean, my mom died in my arms in 2011, and
Mm,
two weeks before I went to prison in 2016, my pops died in his sleep, and then while I'm locked up, two of my sisters passed away, and they come
Damn.
tell me your sister dead. Now get back in there for count, nigga, like that. You feel me? And then while I'm doing that, me and my wife broke up on the way out there, so I had nothing, and I'm crashing out. And one night, I sat there, tears meeting under my chin. I was at the end, bro. I was at the end. I took my sheet and made a noose. I swear to God, made a noose. I said, I'm checking out this bitch. And I sat there rocking in my crying. And something, I don't know what it was, maybe in the hand of God or whatever it was, man, but something shook me off that shit. And the very next morning, the police rushed my cell. Nigga, you got a nurse, you got a noose in here? Off to the shoe I go, off to the motherfucking psychiatrist. And I said, nah, man, I'm writing a book. I don't know what y'all talking about. Weasel my way out of that. And a year later, here comes COVID. And when COVID hit, Trump put a thing called the CARES Act in play. So if you've done half your time with no incidents, you can do the rest of it at home. If you have any health issues, and I had a little bit of high blood pressure, like we all do, and that is what got me back on the streets of Detroit. And when I did that, that woke me up. Say, damn, God,
mm,
the planets line up. And then
mhm.
I'm sitting on home confinement for a year. And when I sit there on home confinement, next thing you know, I get a call from the goddamn White House. saying that Joe Biden is pardoning me and turning me loose.
That's
It
what's
was
up.
over 5,000 candidates, and I was the only one in Michigan that got it last July.
Damn.
Damn.
So if God ain't real, I don't know what is, bro.
That's a blessing,
You know what I
though.
mean?
Yeah.
Because that shit there,
Yeah, no,
I
that
was
is.
look. My out date was November of 25. I'm supposed to still be in prison right
Yeah,
now.
that's
Yeah,
definitely a
yeah.
blessing.
And I'm here on the hood. I'm on the Hood Focus podcast. You know what I mean? So whatever, you know, whatever it is, man, it's you just gotta ride it on out, man, and be thankful and be grateful for everything, brother. And I'm one of the few that got a song to sing, man. And I ain't trying to drive nobody to go find Jesus and all that. Cause if that's whatever makes you better. You feel me? But my thing is that somebody or something or some force carried me through this storm that was weird because I'm looking at I facing a life sentence, caught red-handed, and end up coming home with a clean face card. Ain't rattled nobody, ain't lost it all. I went up to the chaplain one day when I was in prison, and it really broke me down when he said what he said because they all the COs and the deputy and the lieutenant, they all be lined up for a show of power at lunch, main line. So I walk in the main line, I walk into this line of people, and I walk over to the chaplain. This a white man. I walk over him and I say, man, what do you tell the man who lost everything? And he said, what do you mean? I say, I broke it down real quick. I said, well, my mama died in 2011, my father, my sister's passed, my wife left me, He said, he looked at me like he didn't give a shit. He
Hell,
said, I tell him I'm sorry. Next in line. Just like that. That shattered me.
Wow.
I was like, nigga, I damn near spit in his face. I was like, man, fuck you.
Wow.
Uh,
I was gonna say in your mind, his nose was broken.
oh man, it was over.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
over.
yeah.
But this one dude named Charles Chubb, he'd been doing 33 years. He pulled me to the side. He said, brother, go read you a book. Get out of here. He said, go sit down somewhere, read you a book. He said, I've been locked up since 1989. He said, I've been to Mansfield, Ohio, all these prisons where they shot Shawshank at in Mansfield. He said, I was there. All these spots. He said, bro, I'm 33 years in on a 30-year sentence. I was like, damn. He said, don't turn that 10 years you got into a life sentence. It's easy to happen. He said, go
Yeah.
sit your ass down somewhere. He said, do
Mhm.
yourself a favor. He said, stay off that phone. He said, because you can't do nothing about the free world right now. And when he
Right.
told me that,
Yeah,
I sat
yeah.
down and I
No,
started writing my novels and started really, really applying myself, man, and became a better person, man. And then it was sad because when dude ended up getting out, there's a place in Georgia called Chubbtown. You can Google it. It's like Black Wall Street, and
oh,
that's
okay.
his family. They prospered. They owned slaves, and they bought slaves just to free them. His family, they own
Oh,
businesses, and they got a whole community down
yeah.
there in Georgia.
That's yeah.
And dude,
Okay.
one of the dude, Nick Chubb was a football player. He said, that's my little cousin. All of them, their whole family is up except him. He said, I'm the only one that broke bad. And when the laws changed with the First Step Act and the crack laws and all that, they told him, they said, you got 24 hours to get off the compound. They freed him. And he told me, he said, man, I don't know where to go. I'm scared. He said, they won't let me go they won't let me go to Georgia where my family is because my family said they would give me a business, a house, car, anything I need to get on my feet. He said, but I caught my case in Columbus, Ohio, and they wouldn't let me go back. So he ended up going back to Columbus. And it wasn't 2 months later, shot somebody, and he back in prison as we speak. That's how
Yeah.
that's how flimsy these laws can trick you and you can get back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just one of the few dudes that's grateful, to my community and to people, to the few people that stayed in my ear and, and told me like, nigga, you ain't got to be going through this, nigga. You know, and like when me and my wife kind of broke up and got, they, you ain't nobody rocking with you no more. You that bitch niggas did that shit over with. And somebody said, man, don't believe that shit. You still drunken master, man. Don't forget that. And for a while, I forgot that. You feel me? So but I got the phone calls from the powers that be and the people that really mean something to me. My man Peanut at BMB Records. People like that came to me and say, look, bro, this is what you gotta do, man. Lock and load, all or nothing. You feel me? And that's what we on right now. You know,
Yep.
real shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Next question, man. Are we done? What we doing?
Yep.
Blatonio Todd, because you know I'm from Southwest Detroit, Brother King X from the West Side. Blatonio Todd's our only host that's from Tucson, but he's been here in Detroit. He rocked the
Okay,
stage with
AC.
Dice.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
that. But you got a question?
What's up,
You,
Southwest?
because I know you was
Hey, when I got pardoned, right? When I got my clemency from the president, my man Southwest T was like, "Man, how the fuck did you do that?" I said, "Man, I have no
What's up?
idea, bro." My man
Oh man.
Southwest T, that's my guy.
Oh
I had to
man.
go. I
Yeah.
had to go chase some kids around real quick.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
shout
yeah,
out to
Southwest
us.
Tees, man.
No,
Good
not
Shout
guys,
out
Southwest
man.
and
T,
Free Mix. You be
Southwest
on for a
T.
minute. Zip over. Yeah.
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 You know, I salute everybody, man, in the city, man, that believe in something and that stand and fly the flag for the right reason. I don't care what affiliation they are. I salute everybody that's being real to themselves and being real to others in front of them and behind their back. You know what I mean? And together, my city that came up, and I'm proud of all these little youngsters that's doing their thing. And I salute all the OGs like us that paved the way. And whether appreciated or not, I appreciate everybody, man. And I'm just happy to see my city finally get some light. And I
Yeah.
hope we support one another more and better. Whether you like them or not, show support and just and don't pocket watch each other, man. Just get it. Let's lock it down, man. We got Detroit. Detroit got the game in the smash right now. All we gotta do is act accordingly and keep it locked down. Cause ATL did it
Word.
for years. And now they argue with each other like, man, where we go? Yeah, because y'all sometimes you get too comfortable. You feel me? And Detroit don't get too comfortable, man. Stay hungry. You know, y'all riding around these Maybachs, you stay hungry. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because
Nope.
once you stop being hungry, you're not driven anymore.
Right.
It's not precious to you. And this thing here it can go just as fast as it went, just as
Yeah.
fast as it came. It can go. You know what I mean? But a
True.
lot of these people, you know, they say money gonna escape the unskillful. You feel me? And
Yeah.
if you don't really rock like it means something to you, you'll lose it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You'll lose it. I lost it all, and I ain't too proud to say it. Too proud to say it, but there's like somebody told me if you got $1,000,000 and you spend $1, you're not a millionaire no
Right.
more. You feel
Mhm.
me? So you got to
True.
really
Yeah. No.
ride this thing out and do right by people, man. Do right by people. And see me, I'm the type of brother. I'm always accessible. I'm not, I'm always around, and I believe in helping people for nothing. I just want to see you blow. Like nigga Paul,
Right.
I want to see you do your thing. I remember I went to Atlanta and introduced Bezo and Peasy around them when nobody even knew who they were. I'm like, these
Right.
the homies, man. They next. They next. Y'all get
Yeah.
behind them, man. Just like we behind y'all, and we can make a push together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And real talk, I haven't heard from Ben. Salute him. He busy. I look at him and smile like, yeah, my man doing it. My man
Yeah.
doing it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But
Yeah, I seen the Robert F. Kennedy was down here
oh, that
with
was
Vezo
big.
on the east side.
That was big. That was
Yeah.
big. You know what I mean? It, so shout out to everybody, brother. And I want to say rest in peace to my nephew, man. AMC, see Risky, man. That was my nephew.
Rest in
Like
peace.
y'all heard. If you go back on my mixtapes, me and my partner Big Malach, Ant. You know what I mean? Me and him started this. Well, I started the Drunken Master mixtapes, and he partnered up with me um, in the mid '90s, and we had been partners. And my dude, and he passed in I think it was 2010 or 2011.
Condolences. Rest in
2010
peace.
and no
Yeah.
2011. My bad. And
Yeah.
anyway, long story short, um, his son was coming up, hanging around us. We taught him the music, and he started rolling with the Babyface Rays and all the rap niggas around here, and he was doing his thing. And a couple weeks ago, somebody killed him, so we had to bury my nephew, my godson. So, and one thing, somebody told me with a lot of sense, man, you can have everything going right 99% of the time, and that 1% can come along and cancel out the whole other 99. So you got to really be watch these niggas, watch these bitches, watch the world, and move accordingly, because it's so easy to slip up, man. Everybody don't love you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody don't love you, man. So we gotta really, really learn to support and take care of each other. You ain't got to kill nobody, man. Leave them alone, you die anyway. There's plenty of niggas I want to murder. Plenty
Yeah.
of them.
I mean,
I say,
turn to
nah, man,
music. I
leave me
mean, the
alone, man.
music's
I
an
ain't going to
outlet, you
jail
know.
for that.
Yeah,
Huh?
that music's an outlet also, you know, like, you know.
Yeah,
I found
yeah.
it as an
And see,
outlet,
the
you know, like
music,
to vent,
you
you
know,
know.
that murder music, understand, man,
Mm-hmm.
music is more powerful than drugs,
Yeah.
because the the minds of the children, or the minds of the listener, is where the dope fiend tracks is going to be at. You feel
Yeah.
me? And music's so powerful. I mean, the right song will make you go find God. The right song will make you go get some pussy. The right song will make you want to hurt somebody.
Right.
You feel me? So you have to really,
Or
and
of
we in
course
the
what they're
club
doing
every
right
night,
now, turn into a prostitute. They're turning people
man.
into
And look,
prostitutes.
and we in the club every night listening to murder music. They killing
Yeah.
niggas. Let that switch go, and I'm But when the bar slam home, and you sitting there off that Xanax, and you off them perks and all that shit, and you finally sober up, and you be like, God damn, 50 years for what? For
Mm-hmm.
what?
Right.
You know what I mean? And like you said, with the prostitution music, look, I salute everybody. See, there's a time and a place for everything. You feel me? I mean, when we
Mm-hmm.
was young, we would have to go in the basement and listen to them Richard Pryor records. Listen to
Yeah.
Richard Pryor.
Or
We go in the basement when mom and them wasn't
headphone
around.
music. Yeah. Or
You
headphone
feel me?
comedian. Yeah.
But now you hear what's the little young girl, Sexy Red? Make
Yes.
that coochie breathe 2 times an hour on WJLB and all these other
Yeah.
stations. Because now the powers that be is promoting that.
Yeah.
You feel me? And if you want to get conspiracy, now we go some conspiracy shit.
Oh, you safe
Look,
here. You safe
huh?
here. I
You
said you
say?
safe here.
Look,
Yeah.
You safe here.
the
Let's
powers
go
that
there.
be, right? Understand this. When Kanye went through what he went through, imagine he wasn't far off. Because the reason why is that if I make a record about killing one of them, a Jewish guy, I'll get canceled.
Yep.
But if I make a song about killing somebody who look just like me, they'll promote it. They'll put money behind it. You feel me? See, they have a thing what they call long-term planning. We so traumatized by our experiences in life that look, I'm just hoping I get home tonight. I just
Mm,
hope that I can make it through to see payday.
yeah.
But they thinking if I put a liquor store on every corner and a church on every other corner in 20 years, this property be dirt cheap and we can get it all. You feel me?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's what
then
happened.
like let me say this, right? A lot of people might agree, might disagree. When the East-West conflict was going on between crews, I had friends at Bad Boy. I was a death row nigga. I was right in the middle of all the conflict, the ass whoopings, and all everything in between. I was right there, seeing it all happen. But let's get bigger than that. When let's start off on the west side with brother Jimmy Iovine. Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is picture this. Jimmy Iovine whispering in Dr. Dre's ear. Look, them niggas is abrasive. We don't like the way they can handle business because they whooping ass and taking names and they talk to us like we ain't shit. If you leave them fools alone, because they're gonna crash out. Because a friend of mine is a lawyer, a friend of mine is a judge. They're gonna crash and burn. If you leave them niggas alone to come over here with us, we make you a billionaire, son. And Dre said, hey, maybe, yeah, I ain't no violent dude. I don't want to be in the middle of that shit no way. Next thing you know, Dre, leave. And then on the other side of the planet, you got the Leor Cohen. He talking to he
Liar
talking to
Cohen.
listen, he talking to Jay-Z saying the same shit about Dame. Look,
Right.
we don't like the way he talks to us. If you leave that nigga alone, come with us. Because my friend out there, and we got friends, and they all what they do, they call it what, commiserating together. They all kick it in small circles. Leave them niggas alone, come with us, we'll make you a billionaire. You feel me? But see, what a lot of individuals don't realize is that Dame Dash, Jay Prince, Irv Gotti, Brother Knight, They was all the thing was coming into fruition called the internet, and they was like, look, we can make our own distribution company and put our own finances and tools together. And when they found out about that shit, a dude named Diddy runs
Indictments
and tell
came up.
Clive Davis. Clive Davis calls his other Jewish buddies. He called Leor. And before you know it, the feds run up to everybody's spot. Before you know it, it all came tumbling down. You feel me? And like I said, the thing is, man, you can destroy a race or destroy a culture from within. You feel me?
Yep.
Look, we just gonna make it. We only gonna put out gangster music, and that's gonna destroy the black man image. That's gonna make us
Yes.
look like thugs and killers.
Yeah,
All we gonna
like
promote,
my man
everything we
Professor
gonna put
Griff
out.
said some. Yeah.
So everything you hear as a child growing up is shoot that nigga, kill that bitch, and I beat that bitch with a bat, and and before you know it, if you hear garbage long enough, it starts to grow on you.
It's that mantra.
Real
That's
talk.
it's that mantra. Like Professor Griff kept, keep saying. My
That
man's
shit real.
Professor Griff.
So
You
now,
know.
so watch this. So now, years later, okay, it's like the Willie Lynch letter. That's gonna spin on its own axis after a while.
Exactly.
After a
It's a
while, they
Willie.
ain't gotta promote it. We promoted it ourselves. Oh, nigga, you ain't killing nobody. That shit whack. You ain't got no. You ain't nigga. Where the guns at? Where the nigga?
Yeah.
Shit. You want to hear that
It's a,
shit,
it's a
nigga?
Willie
Because
Lynch
that
letter to
beat so
music.
that beat so bumpy, and you find yourself drunken up in the club. You gonna be in there like, yeah, hit that,
Yeah.
whoop that bitch. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah.
And next thing
Kill
you
that
know,
person.
now
Right.
they got the
Stuff
brothers
that
on.
hoe.
So they drove all us to the penitentiary, and on behind the scenes they invested in the prisons, so they make sure that they're gonna get that money regardless. So now
Yeah.
they put that out, and they got the brothers on lock. They got the brothers hating each other, killing each other, shooting each other, glorifying the dope selling. You feel me? Now they got that. They got that already locked.
Yep.
Okay, now we got to get the women. Now we got to get the women. So, because the woman is the first teacher to a child. The woman. So instead of hearing something positive,
Ladies
now
first. Ladies first. Or
instead of ladies first and
MC Light.
all the
MC Light.
MC lights and all the good things
Yep.
that
We
can
gonna let
work.
them hear my booty hole, my
Now
pussy
you
Yep.
hole,
want to hear
Yep.
picking
a
my
bitch saying
booty
her
hole
My
pussy
neck.
big,
bucket.
My
her
bad.
booty
My
hole
bad.
brown. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Sexy Red. But
Yeah.
anyway, what I'm saying is, so now they get that. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And the women, before you know it, the women walking around her house sweeping up while the baby crawling in the pen, and crawling around in diapers, and she might put your hands on your knees and all that shit, and they thinking that
Mm-hmm.
shit. So when a child grows up and goes to school, all they want to do is be accepted by others. You feel me?
Yep.
So now they they thinking that being a thought is in season. That's in style. You
Mm-hmm.
gotta be a
Yep.
you gotta sell that pussy. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yep.
you be a woman be like, nigga ain't do nothing with it. I ain't doing nothing with a nigga unless he pay me. And then you go, well, how long you been a prostitute? Oh, how dare you? No, you just said that. You just said you was a prostitute. You said a nigga can't touch you unless he paying. So how long you been a hooker?
Right.
It's a
All
double-edged
your
Yep.
sword.
life.
You feel me? So now, once that
Yep.
starts, now everybody up in arms and before you know it, now the record producers and the labels, they all want to make money at the end of the day. So they're like, well, what's popping right now? What's hot? Coochie Pink. Well, if a woman come to you with a good record, they be like, you got some sexy shit. You got some
Coochie.
you got some disrespectful shit.
Coochie. Yeah.
I'm selling and they like shit. I got that before you know it. Now they got the women over here
Mm.
glorifying that, and they got the drill music. A lot of
Yep.
labels won't even accept your demos unless there's some drill music in there.
You
Why
ain't
is
And,
that?
lying.
and every
You
other
ain't
day we
lying.
find out about somebody else who
I
been,
went through
like
that.
some name that got
You
killed.
know, it's funny how people say it's cool until it land on their doorstep. You
Yeah.
feel me? Like
Right.
like I remember this one DJ, good friend of mine, and I used to always bust his balls about it. He was one of the best, and he loved. We back at the Brass Key, DJ in all these clubs, and dude would love it when the crowd would start fighting, and he would rock that shit. He would be so driven. He was so dope, and when a fight break out, he would look at me, and say, my music got these niggas fighting drunk. And I said, yeah, they do. I said, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
But when his man out there laid out with his head blown off outside the front door,
Yeah.
then he come to me, oh, they killed my dog. Yeah, your music. I ain't saying your music got him killed, but that atmosphere.
That
So
energy.
don't throw rocks and hide your hand. Don't think it's cool. Oh, it's cool when they doing it. but when you know, everybody gangsters at the end of the day under the right circumstances.
Yeah.
You have to, and see, being a strip club DJ, it's a slippery slope. It ain't just
shout
you
out
gotta play the right
DJ
record.
Henhouse.
Look, shout out my nigga Henhouse. Look,
Yeah.
shout out to Almighty Coalition DJs that I found in Detroit. Yeah. But look,
Oh yeah. Yeah, DJ Henhouse. Yeah.
To be a successful DJ in a strip club, my man Lamont Hayes, he brought this to my attention. He said, brother, it's like you are you the ringleader at a circus. Because not only you gotta play the right records, you gotta keep the niggas drinking, you gotta keep the dancers happy,
Yes.
the strippers, and you gotta keep the niggas from killing one another. You feel me? And you gotta be strategic because when this hood is beefing with that hood that you don't have nothing to do with, and they come in the club, and this hood walk up and say, man, play this record, man, with us, fuck them fools. And you, they over there, hey man, play.
Bam.
I've been in plenty clubs, I've been in plenty situations where murders happen, where you gotta walk over somebody's brains to get out the club.
Damn.
I've been there. You know what I mean? Rest in peace, my man Big Lace. You know, his murder was the first murder in 2012. And I was right there with him. And it's a different thing when you have to go home a man short. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it is.
And but a lot of people take it for granted, brother. Take it for granted.
We
You fuck
lost
around.
that young upcoming rapper Dex Osama at the Crazy Horse over some dumb shit, some bullshit.
Look, man. You know, R.I.P. Dex. You know, I knew some of the older dudes. You know, and I knew the story behind the story, but I ain't going to even speak on that.
Right,
You know what I mean?
no.
But you know, these youngsters, man, sometimes you throw rocks in the graveyard, bro.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah,
you
that's
campaign.
happening quite a
Look,
bit.
I put it like this: you campaign long enough, one day you're gonna get elected. Keep
Yeah.
campaigning. You know,
Yes, sir.
like when I used to do interviews and seminars, right? And people would talk about what's it like to be part of something historic like Death Row or this Drunken Mastercard I put together.
Mm.
I said, let me paint you a picture. Like, say you've been struggling all your life and you finally come up on a hit record. And now you got money, you got fame, and you finally get to take the show on the road, right? So you're gonna get 50 of your closest homies that been up with you from the block, from your hood. You're gonna take all your boys and everybody got money and everything is up. And now you're on the tour, right? And the first stop is Cleveland, Ohio. What up, Cleveland? Shout out Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah.
You get to Cleveland, you play in the arena, tear that bitch up, clown, shut it down, do your thing. Now you go into the after party. You so happy because you're the number one nigga in the country. You go to the after party, the women love you. The women in Cleveland, oh, we love him, he's the shit. But them ghetto celebrities who normally be the head niggas when ain't no celebrities around, now they getting overlooked in Cleveland, and 5 of them standing in the corner like, man, fuck that nigga.
Right.
But you got 50 of your mob with you.
Yeah.
So they overhear it. Hold up, watch this. So they overhear the shit, and what they do, smash them niggas, right? You finally go home. The next morning, you go back to the hotel. The next morning, now you got 5 attempted murder cases in Cleveland. You feel me? Niggas can press charges, and they suing you.
Yeah.
Right.
And then also the
now
possibility
you got to
that
deal with that. But here's the thing: now them niggas in jail. You got to pay for lawyers, and you got to deal with all this other damage control and media and all this shit. But guess where you got to go? You got to go to Chicago the next morning, the next night. And the homies that's in Cleveland, who been riding with you forever, they sitting back in jail like, I can't believe this nigga left me, man. I'm working on it. I'm trying to get you a lawyer. You go to Chicago the next night. The niggas in Chicago love you. Everything is popping in Chicago. The bitches love you too. You go to the after party, you do the walkthrough, you get all that little money, and you go back to the hotel and all your crew, everybody got a bad bitch with them. And the next morning, 5 bitches hollering red.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And you like, damn, not 5 more of your homeboys that got locked up.
Right.
You got lawyers for them. You got to deal with the media. You got to deal with all this bullshit, and you getting sued. By the time, and you got 20 more cities to do.
Yeah.
And by the time you get to the 10th, 15th city,
Mm.
it ain't no 50 niggas deep no more.
No.
It's
Right.
you
Yeah.
and 5 of your homies. And you
Damn.
going broke because you paying for lawyers and you paying for all this other little shit.
Yeah.
And then you finally turn it to Suge Knight and you say, nigga, y'all sit your ass down. I'll beat your motherfucking ass. Nigga, go find you somewhere and sit your ass down. And you finally
Right.
get to the next city, everything is cool. And you get a call, you at home, you in the room sleep. You get a call from the front desk. The police is on their way to arrest you. We found a Hennessy bottle in the jacuzzi, and they tearing up the hotel room, and the lamps been broken. You behind
Yeah.
them. And before you know it, that 50 then dwindled down. You feel me? It's like
Right.
when you first get some money in the game, that shit can be real sketchy if you don't address the right situation. Say they give you $1 million check.
Yeah.
First thing you do, you go get your little rap starter kit, go get your jewelry, go get your watch.
Yeah.
You get some clothes. You looking good. You living good. You go buy you pay your child support off. Bam. You pay your mom. You buy your mama a house. Bam. You go buy a car. Bam. You up. You go to the club. You got to throw a couple money, buy some bottles, and pop around, look around, make sure the world see you looking good. But the one thing you forgot, your crew looking dusty as hell, because them the ones who was there with you from the day one, putting up posters, stickers, promoting your record. But you ain't gave them $1. And you walk in the club, and after a while, remember that old Bugs Bunny cartoon where the nigga stranded in the desert? And he look over his homeboy, and his homeboy turned to a giant ass turkey sandwich. That's what you
Yeah.
start to look like to your
Mm-hmm.
crew.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Because you food to
Before you
them
know it,
because they
they sitting
starving.
there, and then niggas in the ear like, man, that nigga looking fuck him, man. That nigga ain't doing right. He ain't take care of nobody. And when it all comes tumbling down,
Right.
they're looking at you. It's a cold
Yeah.
game, dog.
Yeah.
It's a cold game, but people decide to play that shit, And whoever dies with the most toys is the winner. How stupid is that?
Yep.
It's all a game, and who dies with the most toys wins.
Right.
Fucked up, man. Hood Smokers Podcast, man.
Yeah.
Drunkenmas.
Damn.
I'm just in here philosophizing and chopping up with my peoples, man. You know what I mean? We
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah,
No, it's
yeah.
definitely an honor, dog. I say
Yeah.
I
you.
appreciate everything, man. And
Hell
y'all can
yeah.
follow me on at one official one Drunken Mass. You know what I mean?
Official one.
Reach out to me if y'all got some music y'all need me to promote, or if any artists want me to host their mixtapes. Let's talk turkey. We can talk about it.
Right.
And books coming soon, and movies coming soon. And I'm happy to be free. And it's a whole lot of shit that we didn't talk about. A lot of things, but we can get back to it. Love my city, man, and hopefully I get the same energy back. You
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah, man.
I'm just proud of everybody, man. This podcast shit. I got one called the 50 Deep Mobcast that we getting ready to launch. Where I'm gonna tell some
Oh,
stories and chop up some game on.
we'll promote that too, man. When you got
Yeah,
it,
Oh
no
yeah,
doubt.
absolutely, man. I'm just
Just
happy to
got,
be with y'all, man. If anything I didn't
yeah.
touch on, if y'all got some questions, any people got questions, man, by all means, shoot it to me. I'm totally transparent, man. You know,
Did
I'm
you
glad we didn't get to the. Hey, look, I'm glad we didn't really get into the East-West conflict because there's a lot of dynamics to
Yeah,
that.
we try to stay away from
Yeah,
yeah.
because we've
There's
had
a
a lot
lot
of
of
people from
dynamics
both
there
sides, you
that
know
I
what
was
I'm
privy
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
to. But
actually, yeah. If you've seen previous guests, yeah, we got people who've been in situations.
yeah.
We
But
don't, but yeah,
we live
yeah,
and we learn, man.
yeah.
And I'm
And we
just,
also don't Vlad, like we don't Vlad, and hey,
man. One thing I hate is a gossiping ass nigga, man. I can't stand. You put
Right.
another man business. No, I just tell my travels and the way I feel about certain individuals and certain people and certain things and events, and I'll leave it over there. I don't be like, well, he got money and he did this and he blocked. That ain't even my MO, man. I don't get down
Yeah.
like that.
yeah,
I hope I
Yeah.
showed that same kind of energy on this
mm,
podcast right here, man,
yeah,
because
Most
yeah,
definitely.
absolutely,
a
absolutely,
lot of
yeah,
people,
mm,
be, be thinking differently
mm,
out there, and you gotta walk your own path at the end of the day, man. And You know, like I said, I'm on the wrong end of 50, man. I got way too much. I got more time behind me than in front of me anyway, so I got to move accordingly. And hopefully it'll all work out in the end before it's all over with, man. You know?
No doubt.
Real shit.
So
Hey,
what you think about
you in AZ?
the?
You in Arizona?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Arizona. Yeah, Tucson, Arizona. Yeah,
I
Tucson,
got
Arizona.
family out there. I got family in Phoenix.
yeah. I wanted
Oh, okay.
Blatonio to ask you
Yeah,
some
I need
a
to come
couple
out there,
questions
man.
if he could, because he's you touched down the whole world. You reached the whole world. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
worldwide, drunken master
I mean,
worldwide. You know what I'm
definitely.
saying?
You
So I
know,
want
with Dead Flowers reaching over here and stuff like that, you know, like I knew the name right off the bat. You know, and
Yeah.
just
Man,
always have my
we
ear
told some
to
good
it.
stories today, man. Esham and
Yeah.
I should have had him on here. I should have popped him in, man. We could one day we gonna do that. Me and Esham, we can tell so many stories, man. Funniest shit ever, man. But
Right.
you know, I salute everybody once again, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Anything else y'all need to ask me, do it now. I'm here, you know. And,
shit. Did you
I'm about to enjoy my Saturday, you know, in the
what do
land
you
of the
what
free.
do you think about the draft being down here? Did you get a chance to check it out? I was downtown yesterday and shit, and at the Motor City.
You know, I'm not a naysayer, man. I love my Detroit Lions, you know, but I'm gonna say this. A lot of people might feel some kind of way about it. Um, the city of Detroit did more for the draft and put on this dog and pony show in these last little few weeks than they've done for the whole city in years, in decades. You feel me? They
That's
collected up all the homeless people and put them away so people couldn't see how bad people are really doing out here. You know what I mean? And I just don't accept. You know, we made the city look good. It made them people look good. But you know what it looked like to me? It reminded me of an old school slave auction.
Mhm.
You feel me?
yeah.
In an odd way, but they get millions and millions of dollar checks at the same time. It reminded me of the owners fly in and they parade the niggas and get the biggest, strongest, fastest buck who runs the fastest, and they pick him. And look at this guy, he can run the 40 in 4-4, and chain him up. And next thing you know, he's a modern day. That's what it reminded me of, man. But it looked good.
Yeah.
But there's so much more that the city should have been doing, could have been doing. You know what I mean? Instead of putting on a dog and pony show, you know,
Right.
there's a lot of of political things that take place behind the scenes that we not privy to, and you know, it looked good on TV. It looked good on TV, and you know, everybody came down, and ain't nobody get hurt, and all this other stuff, man. But there's so much. What about the child who's getting beat up on 6 Mile, less than 15 minutes away? That nobody,
Right.
the police,
Yeah.
never showed up to
When does their
because
story
they
get to?
down there watching these fools paint their faces.
For
Exactly.
real.
Yep.
You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? There's so
Mm-hmm.
much, you know, absolute power corrupts absolutely, man. You gotta really, there's so much more energy that can be getting applied. If we put that same kind of energy to make this city look good down there, we can make these neighborhoods look good. We ain't gotta be no homeless people sleeping in front of the damn liquor store every day.
That's a fact.
Or we can, or when a child gets shot by a random gunshot, don't the next day everybody always fucked up. But then they're on to the next one.
Right.
Yep.
Nobody cares. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
Blatonio seen that. We brought him when he came to Detroit. He said he ain't see one cop the whole time he was here in
Who's
Southwest. He
that?
went through the East Side. Blatonio
Who's
when he
that?
came to Detroit.
Yep. When I came down out there, yeah, I was performing. Yeah, I did a show with Dice out there. We
That's my
opened up
man.
for.
Shout out Dice.
Yeah,
Hey,
Dice.
look, he had a song. I still play a song called "There You Go" from the
Yeah.
Neighborhood Shit Talk album. Love
Mm-hmm.
that record,
Yeah.
man. Monkey Joe, that's my guy.
Yeah.
We were supposed
Yeah,
to do
that's
some
our
shit. I
homie.
sent him some
Yeah.
beats.
Yeah.
Me and
We
Dice were
talked.
supposed to do some shit together. That's my guy, man. Dude, talented,
Yeah.
man. Talented.
Yeah.
Good
I'll
brother.
probably go talk to him tonight. So yeah, I'll
Tell
tell
him
him
I
you
said
see
what
what's up.
up.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
man. But yeah, you know, you see not one cop, huh?
No,
Nope.
no,
No.
Southwest
No.
to the East
Only,
Side. No cop.
we passed through the suburb area, and that was it. Like when we were. Yeah,
Oh yeah, they
that was it.
protecting that. They like
But
let these other niggas kill each other. Let them.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Let them destroy each other while
Yeah.
we look good down here. You
Mm-hmm.
know, while we the
Yeah.
city, it wasn't a speck of dirt, no garbage, nowhere. They cleaned all that shit up.
Yeah.
But
But
watch
that's
what
And
where
then
all
happens.
the
we
police
go
Today's the
at.
past
last
the.
night. Today's the last night, right? Watch what happens Monday. They gonna tear all that shit down, and y'all niggas go back to killing each other and going
Right
back to
back to
you know,
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
business as usual,
Business
locking
as
each other
usual.
up, killing each other, and all that. You know, it's a sad state of affairs, man. But the world is like that right now. The world like that. And I want to say free Palestine, man. I gotta say that. Because that's one thing that I looked at that brought tears in my eyes, and nobody seems to care about how the Palestinian people, what's going on over there, man. That genocide is real, and it's
Right.
sad to see because the way it's orchestrated is sinister, man. It's so sinister the way things are being done by these handful of old ass white men sitting up making the rules and making the plays for everybody. And we just, how
Right,
come
and
we don't
got
get to vote?
everybody at each other's throat over some bullshit they orchestrate.
Man, man. You know what I mean? People like, oh well, but see, you know what the thing is? Um, it's so strategic the way that they did it. Like, um, in 1948, the state of Israel was made to become a state, but
Right, it was.
they were the refugees that Hitler and them ran up out of Europe from Poland and all. That's where Netanyahu from Poland, man. You feel me? And he's the most powerful man in America, by the way, because of APAC and the Jewish lobby, and they control the politicians, and they own the TV, and they own all the media and the radio, and they own, so they get to paint the narrative. But those are the people that's running the shit. And when they ran it, they said, well, what are we going to call it? We're going to call it Israel. And our people are so spiritual and religious that when we think about Israel, we think about the Israelites from the Bible
Mm-hmm.
that fought Pharaoh and them and that shit. And those aren't the same people, but people so close minded, that's what they think. Anyway, that's a whole nother conversation, man,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
at the end of the
Yeah.
day, ain't nobody more special than nobody else. Ain't nobody more beautiful than nobody else on the earth. Because if somebody was more special, if God cut the oxygen off right now, every motherfucker gonna drop.
We need a
Ain't
motherfucking
nobody
rapper
special.
union. What you think about
Don't
that?
nobody
You
get
heard
a
about
don't
that?
nobody
The
get a
hip
free
hop
reign, man.
union? A hip
Huh?
hop union? Have you heard about that? Nas and them's trying to start a like a rapper union, like a union for
Mm-hmm.
rappers.
Yeah,
You
my
heard
man
about?
Pimp C spoke on that years ago before he died, blessed the dead. And I think and Suge and everybody else too. And Herb and I think it's a good idea that hip hop should unionize. The reason why for two things. Because when rappers get older, they don't have health care, they don't have insurance, they just been out on them stages all their life for nothing. And at the end of
Right.
the day, you just a song that somebody else forgot about. That's number one. But number
Yeah.
two is that if we unionize, that means we got bargaining power and the labels can't fuck you over anymore. You feel me? What if well Atlantic paying me this, uh Universal paying me that? Well, they're not supposed to. That's why rappers not want. They don't want to talk to one another because they paying you what? Well, you're supposed to be getting this in publishing. You're supposed to be getting this in your mechanicals. You're supposed to get up. But now all that shit, if it's etched in stone and written down with structure, can't no labels rape you like they raping these artists right now. You know what I mean? And I'm going through the same shit because I'm about to sue the shit out of Universal right now because I have not received not $1 of writers' royalties for 50 niggas deep over 23 years.
No shit. That
So,
was a hit too. That was some shit.
Real
man,
talk.
Damn, that
it's
shit
charged.
was everywhere.
Kool and the Gang got their money when I sampled them. You look at the song, my name on there. I wrote it, performed it, produced it, all my money. Then streaming comes into play. Streaming wasn't even a part of the game yet, but now streaming, they getting all this money, and I ain't getting $1 of it. Come on, man. So we're gonna get some attorneys and we're gonna get this shit right, one way or the other.
Yeah.
I don't care if they owe me $36. I want it. It's mine. Feel me? But above and all that, I think hip hop should unionize. It'll be smart, but it's gotta be structured in the right manner, in the right fashion. And a lot of people be so wanting to build shit on their own. I made this. Nigga, come on, man. Sometimes you gotta concern yourself about the next man and about the person who comes after you. And see, when you get older, you tend to concern yourself more about others than yourself as you get older. I'm not worried about me because I done lived, I done my thing. But what about the rapper who's struggling, who 5 years, 10 years, 15 years from now? What about him? So we open the door in and kick the door in and make sure shit right so the next man will be all right. Because this thing that I always call hip hop can last generations,
Mm.
and it can be generational wealth for everybody if it's done properly. But a lot of people take our thirst and our hunger for granted. Oh, I ain't gotta pay you that shit. I get a homeless guy to rap for free. I give him a hamburger. I ain't gotta pay you, nigga. That's how
Mhm.
they look at it. You feel me? And that's how those check writers are looking at it. They got the famous words. What's in it for me? What am I gonna get? They don't care what you're gonna get. How much
Mm.
we gonna make off of you? How are you gonna make me rich? You feel
Yep.
me? So hip hop
And then
should
also,
unionize.
then going back to the conspiracy thing of how much, how much is it gonna take to get this guy to follow an agenda and stuff
Are they gonna
about,
kill off a lot of people gonna die?
Yep.
Because they're gonna fuck around and kill the
Yep.
people. If somebody fly the flag, Pop, you just say that. If somebody fly that flag and be like, nigga, this is what we're gonna do, we're gonna restructure and tear it down and rebuild. Oh man, they're gonna like my man Buntry told me, man, I've been my ass Buntry about Vegas when Pop fell. And he was in the third car, I think. And I talked to Dog. I said, man, he said, man, I think the feds did it. That's what he told me. I said, how? We already know who. He said, man, understand the feds ain't got to run up to you and put no gun to you. They can set the playing field up and just sit back and watch it all go down, COINTELPRO style. Use the media to manipulate it and set the playing field up and just sit back and just watch y'all fall. Because just imagine if we had something called conflict resolution, where they can sit and talk to the OGs and we can sit back and say, y'all sit y'all rapping asses down, man, cut that shit out. You know how much money y'all fucking off? You know what I mean? People gonna eat behind what we laying down. Instead of you mad at this nigga because he said this, because his pocket, you mad because he fucked your bitch? Come on, man.
Yeah.
You know? But that goes to them cheerleaders and them
Yeah.
them niggas in the
The
corner doing ad
cheerleaders.
libs.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey man, he said this, man. He
Yep.
said this. Well, he said what? You don't even
Instigating
care.
and
You just
stirring the pot.
not you.
Yeah.
And the eye for eye ain't gonna do leading everybody blind, man. At the end of the day, you know.
Yep.
I think we should have a boxing tournament and give some of the money to charity. You know what I mean? If a rapper got a problem with another artist, box it out
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
TV. Box
Shout
it
out
out and
to
give the money,
celebrity
Well,
give the
boxing.
money to some of these kids.
yeah, because shout out to
Open some
Celebrity
community
Boxing. We had
center.
a little bit of a, yeah,
Box it out. You know what
yeah.
I mean? Or shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Right?
Shout
Yeah.
out to the homie Monty Cristo. He tried
The
to
homie Monte
make that
Cristo,
happen with
yeah.
him and Benzino. They was gonna fight for some
They
money
was
and
gonna
shit.
do it.
Sensationalism, bro. But a lot of times these people get to barking on the microphone, but one be scared and the other one be glad of it. A lot of people don't really want no real friction.
Right.
We call that putting on a gorilla. A lot of people put on what they call a gorilla suit. A
Okay.
gorilla suit
Okay.
is when you know you're gonna bark,
Mm-hmm.
but if you jump, you got all these bodyguards that's gonna jump with you, so you ain't gonna really get
Right.
no good
No.
man on man conflict. You ain't gonna
Yeah.
get no real friction on because if you jump, the security gonna jump and it's
Yeah.
over with.
So really, there's like a chihuahua behind that gorilla suit though. She's like,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. Because if they say, okay, clear it out and let them two
Yeah.
people stand there and box it out, and until one man can't continue no more, and then nobody gonna jump in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna see
Yep.
separate the soldiers from the civilians. Then you're gonna see who really want that
Right.
Yeah.
action. You know
Yep.
what I mean? People bark good on they talk good with that microphone hot.
Oh yeah.
When that microphone on, man, everybody killers. Everybody they're the coldest and smoothest niggas in the world. But
Mm-hmm.
when you look that man in his eye and you see, oh, that nigga really soft as a pillow. But you got everybody believing this facade that you put on. I mean, I ain't mad. I'll tell you a story. But come on, man. There's a thing called zealots. People listen to that shit and take that shit at face value.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like my homeboy Big Malotz, blessed the dead. He used to be a straight up Bible toting Christian.
Mm.
And
Right.
me and the homie would sit and we would have teachings at my house. And we would sit back and every Sunday we might bring a videotape of Dr. John Henry Clark, or we might bring a Farrakhan tape, and everybody sit there. We sit there and unpack it every week. And he watched A Great Mighty Walk by Dr. John Henry Clark. And less than a year later, I would call his house and say, "Bro, what you doing? Who that screaming in the background?" "Oh, that's Dr. Khalid Muhammad." And bro, you know it. He's
Oh,
walking
Khalid.
around wearing
Yeah.
dashikis and African medallions and dreadlocks,
Mm-hmm.
calling white people devils to their face, and he was just radicalized. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Yeah.
But that's how the music can make you go there. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like when we went through that East West shit, half the niggas they never met Pac. Ain't never met Big.
Right.
They read a magazine and just choose a side.
Yeah.
Now he can't come to this city. Fuck him. Man, you better sit your ass down for somebody to put something in you for real. But anyway,
For
I
real.
could go on, man. I had a great time, man. What
Oh,
we at
man,
time wise,
Yeah.
man?
yeah.
It was definitely an honor having you on it.
Yeah.
Brother,
Like I said, we
Absolutely,
gonna
man.
push
man,
the
Hood Smokers
book.
Podcast.
Yeah.
Did I touch on everything that I could have touched on? Or,
Uh,
shout out my good
Have you
No,
brother
have you have you
Ramon.
met DOC? Have you met DOC? Being like with your connection to Death Row, I mean, it might be kind of a dumb question, or have you crossed paths with DOC and like got a like friendship?
I hung more with Suge
We should.
and Buntry and those cats. I went to Can-Am, I think, once or twice.
Yeah.
I had to see Dre and them, but I wasn't over on that side with them. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
okay.
I was more
Yeah.
in the streets, more. But I salute Doc. He's one of the greatest ever, man.
yeah,
One of the best
Yeah.
ever. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that dude right there, man, he got a story to tell.
right. Yeah,
He
we
the one
had him on
started
the
it
show.
all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So salute Doc.
Yeah.
And
I
everybody
was just
else,
curious,
man.
yeah, because he was like one of my biggest, influences, and yeah,
Man,
overall, with
remember that one record he had? I'm trying to catch my breath
no
when he
no one
stopped
could
it
do it
out.
better.
That dude was a monster. Lyrical. What's the name of that shit?
Funky enough. There was like the formula,
That whole album.
the
the
whole
whole
yeah,
album.
from
Yeah,
beginning to end. Yeah,
And then you
the
think he wrote
doctor,
a lot of the Chronic and a lot of
yeah,
the other stuff, man. A lot of the big
yeah.
Easy
hits
Behind
E.
the
back in
scenes, he
the
was still doing it. Yeah,
that dude the truth, man.
mhm,
Dre knew how to pick him.
yeah,
No doubt.
mhm,
But salute Doc and salute really everybody that I crossed paths with along the way, man. Future Hendrix,
yeah,
really everybody, man. YP and Lucci, Big Fly,
yeah,
TIG, everybody, man. Salute,
yeah,
That's
Y'all know
what's
my
up.
number. Holla at me, man. Believe me, I'm the
Yeah,
OG around, man. I'm around, you know.
yeah,
And y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Saturday, and y'all enjoy mine. I'm gonna sit back. I got a day off. I'm gonna sit back and probably
yeah.
watch me a good old movie or something, Sit
That's
back.
yeah,
what's
yeah,
up. And we look
Well,
forward to
but
that.
who
Some of
knows?
that new
When I
music
start
too.
doing that, I normally cook up something and end up making a beat and doing a song. I do 2-3 songs a day.
Hell yeah.
oh,
So I got a lot of
I,
songs in the
yeah,
vault. And like I said, me and Lola Damone, we got some new shit coming. We're gonna drop it this summer, man. New project. And it's gonna set the city on fire. So y'all get ready
Yeah.
for that. And get ready for the books. Get ready for the novels, the movies, the series, the mobcast. I'm just trying to keep my feet working because I got so much time that I gotta make up for lost time. You know what I mean?
That's a
yeah.
beautiful thing.
I thank y'all
Hey,
for having me, bro.
yeah, it
Well,
was an
we
honor,
appreciate it.
dog. Thanks for
Thank
coming
you for
on.
taking the time out to be with us, man.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely. Hey, look, I'm
yeah.
gonna come out there to AZ, man, because I gotta go see my people out there, man. So I'm
I,
gonna come out there sometime, man.
I'll get you my number to you, and then I'll get yours as well. So yeah, you know,
Absolutely.
out here,
Yeah,
hell yeah,
I feel I'm being in Atlanta this week, Monday through Wednesday. I'll be in the A. So I'll be in
yeah,
the ATL, Atlanta, holler at me.
yeah,
I'm leaving out tomorrow, so I'm gonna get down there. We
mm,
having a DJ, female DJ bracket, like this NCAA brackets at
yeah.
Okay.
Stankonia Studios. Okay. So
All right,
we got one of the next round of DJs, female DJs. So I'm gonna go down there and scout
yeah,
around, get some good music, bring back some shit that ain't nobody ever heard before,
Hell yeah.
and just
yeah,
keep it pushing, man. You know.
yeah. Hell
That's
All
yeah,
right,
what's
man.
Sean,
up.
appreciate you,
Yep.
man. We
And I'll
done
tell
here. What we
Dice he
doing?
said what is up. I'll tell Dice he said what's up.
Tell
Yeah.
my man I said what up.
Yeah,
Hey, I
yeah.
call him Monkey Joe. That's Monkey Joe,
Monkey Joe, yeah, Monkey Joe. That's
man.
yeah.
Yeah, my guy.
Yeah.
My guy.
And,
That's my guy.
yeah. I like to shout out really everybody. My man Big Gov, he got a new project out. Dope. Y'all need to holler at him. Big Gov. Um, my man Street Lord Juan. I've been working with him on
Yeah.
some new stuff. Um, Shout out Calico and the whole Rock Bottom people who's over there. And
Yeah.
you know, a lot. There's so many to name, man.
Right.
DMB, everybody else, man. TIG, Almighty Coalition DJs, Hen House and the Detroit TNA DJs, and everybody else, man. My man, everybody, man. I go on for giving them shout outs, man. Shout out the world. You hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Detroit to the
yeah.
world,
OG's
baby.
back at it,
And
man. So
and I gotta say
appreciate
R.I.P. to R.I.P. Big Perv.
Yeah. R.P. Big Perv.
man. All right, see, Big Perv, Big Y, AFCC Risky. Um, Man, it's so many to name, man. Too many
Yeah.
caskets, too many tears, brother. You know,
Yep.
and that's one thing, man. Tomorrow not promised. So, what you should always think about doing and consider is picking up that phone and just reaching out to somebody, even if you don't uh have nothing to talk about, man. I just called to say what's up to you, man.
Yeah.
And kind words go a long way. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
And prayers go out to my girl Chocolate, man. She just lost her mom, and I love her, man. So prayers out to her because I know what it feel, how that feel like. And I'm with you. You feel me? And get well soon to my big brother. You know,
Yeah,
he
no
in the
doubt.
nursing home right now. He had a brain bleed, but
Prayers, bro.
he was
Prayers,
on
little
life
brother.
support for a while, but he bounced back. I'm gonna get him up out of there. He be home soon. And shout out everybody, man. Salute the real, and everybody else just stay out my way, man. Yeah.
Yeah, we got the OG Drunkenmas, y'all.
Yeah, I'm looking forward
Hood
to that book,
Smokers
man.
Podcast.
I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
the book.
Oh yeah,
Yes, sir.
absolutely, man. Y'all, I'm gonna make sure I send y'all some joints. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I got some new music that's incredible, man. I got
Yeah,
songs
I
I
want
dog.
to. I want to
nine.
peep that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely want to peep that.
Okay,
Yeah,
Most
brother.
definitely.
So y'all stay up, man. Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate y'all, dog.
yeah.
Much
Much love.
love.
Man.
That's the
Love.
Drunkenmas, y'all. Salute.
Whoa. Yep.
You just got to hear it, man. That's the OG Drunkenmas, y'all, live on the Hood Smokers Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah. What up,
Legend
dog?
in that bitch. What up, though, everybody in the chat? Pew, what's to you, battery packers? What up, though, Chester McFly? Chester McFly got a little upset about the shit about Israel and all
Yeah,
that
I mean,
in
on another
Palestine.
time, we'll definitely have to have that. You know, like, cause I knew it was gonna get
Right.
controversial on that. You know, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
But like I
of course,
said
like,
in the chat, I left in the chat, we all got opinions, you know what I'm saying? And opinions ain't
yeah,
facts, dog.
yeah,
And that's what we all about here. We let our guests come on and
yeah,
give their opinions, you know what I'm saying? And then
yeah,
tell their story and shit. And it's not our
yeah.
job to
I
fact
mean,
check everything, you know what I'm saying? We all got
yeah,
opinions.
yeah, cause yeah, nah, I rock with Chester McFly on that. You know, and I
Yeah, shout
like
out to
like we were
Philly,
kind of
shout out
talking
Chester
about.
McFly.
It's like there is always two different sides right there, and it's it's a yeah, it's walk like tightrope of a razor blade. You kind of like walking on the
Right.
so.
But that's a whole other topic that we can
Yeah.
have. That's
Oh yeah.
possibly a hood
No,
smoker
the
roundtable
legend
right
right there.
there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to
No, yeah.
Money Mall. He might be tapped in right now. He was trying to hit me up. I know that and shit. Shout out Money
Yeah.
Mall. He actually got introduced to
Oh, hell
Chester
yeah.
McFly yesterday live. Go check out Chester
Yeah.
McFly's channel. Check out the
Man, I'm
Chester
all bummed
McFly
out.
show.
I didn't get to see Molly Mall. It's been a minute. Shit. Shit, I was
Yeah, we was
I
down
was
there.
hoping we'd get a chance to run into him, but of course, like he had a work schedule. I'm sure. You know, when I
Yeah,
was out there.
fucking
Yeah.
I came up ahead at the casino thing, yeah, but I quit. You know what I'm saying? Like, Maul was ready to go again. He's like, let's go, let's put it all, let it all ride. Fuck it. And I'm like, nah, dog,
Yeah,
let's get the fuck up
that's
out of here.
easy to do. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's hit or miss. You know, you could lose it all. Yeah.
Hell yeah. How about we play some old school? Because I started to, but then Drunken Master popped on.
Hell yeah.
Some old school, even Esham, Drunken Master, or motherfucking
Yeah. Trying to think.
Dead Flowers.
Yeah, because I mean, there's two that just pop out immediately to mind. You know,
And
just
it's
like
got our homie Dice on it too.
yep, exactly. You know,
That's the
I'm
fucking
living on.
yeah.
I'm
With your punk
Jefferson.
ass.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and with your punk, yeah, but that one immediately I think of that comes to mind. And then of course, all my people's on Verner, all my people on grass.
Well, let's jump into we'll play this track
Hey,
right here with your punk ass.
yep.
This featuring Drunken Master,
Drunk
Dice,
Master, yeah, that one he's immediate right up.
Esham. Let's go. Let's get it on the Hood Smoker Podcast. Drunken Master. Classic shit right there. That's some classic shit. Well, Brother King X, you still with us? Blatonio, you in the building?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, what up, though?
What was the other joint? Wasn't it on Closed Casket?
Or you mean on Dead Flowers? Yeah,
Was it on Dead Flowers? I thought
yeah.
he had
I'm trying to think of
track
the
on.
name because I always refer to
I thought he had a track on
yeah.
Closed Casket too, didn't he? No.
Trying to think on that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right here. I got it
yeah.
right here. It was
Oh, you got
on.
it. Okay.
Yeah, I got it right here. It was on Nodis, my bad. Well, Nodis featuring
Yeah.
bitch, you better ask somebody.
Creator
Ask
incentive.
somebody. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Let's get it. On the Hood Smoker Podcast. Classic shit right here. This Detroit shit
Somebody.
right here.
Incredible. The power is in the streamers.
On the Detroit
It's Bruce Wayne, my bad. On the Bruce Wayne album.
Oh.
Better ask somebody. The Hood Smoker Podcast.
You know the Hood Smokers inside the joint.
272, baby. That 273 coming up. Somebody. Yeah, that was the shit. Shout out to Drunkenmas, Detroit
Yep.
legend.
Salute. Yeah, it was an honor, man. It was.
And shit, we going
Yeah.
coming up next. May or no, actually not next. I'm thinking May 1st was the next one we got up. But no, Israel Porter we got
Yep.
May 1st. Shout out to the Alien Gang too and shit. You know what I'm saying? But
Salute
now
those
coming
in
up
gang.
next
Yeah.
week, we
Always
actually got
rolling with us.
Monday night.
Yeah.
We got a Monday night episode with Matthew Fisher. because we
Yep.
missed Wednesday night. So we got a
We're gonna be
request
having
for
a
play Jay
Boston
to the
Tea
D
Party
Detroit.
right there, so to speak.
We got a request Jay to the D Detroit.
Oh,
I'll go ahead. We got it.
all right. I'm all for it. Yeah, hell yeah. Good call. Good call.
Yeah, we got you. That's a good
Yeah,
track.
whoever requested that,
It wouldn't be the
requested
first
that.
time that's been played on
Yeah, who selected that one? That's what's up.
here. Pew, who
All
I
right.
believe is down with the definitely Detroit Rocks, but I believe the Detroit Go Getters. Yeah, play Jay to the D. We got Jay to the D right here.
Hell yeah. No. Good call.
Detroit, let's get it. Detroit, baby, let's go.
Detroit is bleeding. If you're young, black, you're more likely to die by violence than any other cause.
Now this some old school Detroit shit right here.
Detroit is armed and dangerous. There are an estimated 1.2
I got this
million
shit the
guns
same day
here,
I cop Jack
more
Frost.
guns than there are people.
Scandalous, brothers out they mind, slanging dope to get over through all these hard times. Banks folding, cars rolling on rims dipped in gold, and bass heads in search for the one that's holding. You could pick up a beat by staring at a nigga, or a motherfucker jealous cause your pockets is bigger. Death rate so high, they'll name my capital murder. Understanding to zero, remorse unheard of. Money macking murders about the size of it, brothers doing dirt. Not too many legit, we got crooked laws and crooked cops. Some brothers selling keys and those are just slang rocks. Materialistic like a fashion show. The brother with the bank, he gets the baddest hoe. Most of the kids is enticed by the dead prayers. Do anything to get it, even taking a head. That's why drama happens in an everyday course. Gangbanging is played, today it's gun force. Popular guns is used like the AK. Sometimes niggas get smoked for what he say, she say in Detroit. Cause everybody feel as though they ain't no sucker. Most don't give a damn about the next motherfucker. A lot of out cold brothers on the food tip that'll go out their way to prove they out they shit. Some might stick up stoves, some might kick in joint doors. This the street and here all that goes. So a lot of brothers do crimes before thinking. Cause of they mistake, you can come up skanking. Then the police wonder why niggas carry gas. For the same damn reason y'all suckers strapped. This elementary fool, a lot of people are shaken by the theory of thought that they life can be taken by a fool ass nigga whose understanding is zero. Without no gap, can't play the role of no hero. So tell me, Mr. Officer, what can I do? When the drama jump off, if I depend on you, I be laying face down with a hole in my back. First thing you would say was I was slanging crack. Most ain't got no choice but to live this way. Got you wanting to cuff me cause I tell how I lay in Detroit. The night the Pistons won was a real nutcase. Some got hit by cars, some shot in the face. And all this happened for senseless reasons. 12 lives ended with basketball season. But that's the kind of shit that make Detroit hot. I wonder what would have happened if Vinny ain't hit the shot. Some fail to realize Detroit ain't no punk. Fuck around talking shit, get threw off in the trunk. Cause the brothers out cold, living day by day. Those with beef bump heads, it's gonna be gunplay. That's just how it's cut, I ain't saying it's right. All I'm trying to do is tell how the shit's like. So if you come here and you think you're the shit, I'd advise you to lose that attitude quick. Cause whatever you got, another nigga got more. Just cause you got clout, don't play one like a hoe. If you think you're hard, I wouldn't stress that point. Cause it's a million cutthroats in the streets of Detroit. Bet your ass on that. Brothers from Detroit ain't hardly no suckers.
So do I punch it, JD? We got D in the building. But yo, I gotta play this just because I just scrolled across something. I gotta play it real quick. G-Mac Cash, the Detroit sign video.
Ray is the first microphone with autofocus for your voice. It uses our new groundbreaking sensor-based technology called Aura to balance your levels and...
Yeah, and if anybody could give us an update on how many letters are missing, we appreciate it.
Oh yeah, just so you know, Blatonio, that shit wasn't real. That was made up. That was a made up story. Nobody stole any letters from the Detroit sign, dog. I think Eshawn made that shit up. Eshawn might have done that, you know what I'm saying, on purpose to say that, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, no, I looked into it and shit. I went by it's still all in one piece.
Okay, all right. That was a good one. I mean, too bad it couldn't be on April Fools or something. That would have been the best.
Yeah, I'm playing this G-Mac Cash Detroit sign, the first one, because I know he dropped 2 disses on it and shit. It's only a minute long. Let's go. Cash, yeah, I hollered at him too. We gonna get G-Mac Cash on the show and shit. Shout out to G-Mac Cash, dog.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, I already hollered at him and shit.
Oh,
But,
okay. That's
scrolling.
for me, for everybody. Yeah.
Shout out to Blatonio, Todd, scrolling and shit. But I was just scrolling. I came across this video. I gotta play this Dice, and I'm in the video, so I figured I'd play Sunshine by Dice.
Okay.
Shout out to Mad Butcher. Shout out to Mike Bailey.
Absolutely.
Shout out KDT Killers Don't Talk. Shit, my son Dylan's in this video too. Southwest D, he's in this video. He got the Dice shirt on.
Yeah.
Let's get in some dice. Let's go, Sunshine.
Forget about it.
Crazy I might be, just slightly. Wrong is right. Woke up in the church, bloodstains on my white tee. Fight me. Fuck, I tried to murder my wifey. So that's when I figured out motherfuckers don't like me. Stressing. Always got weapons in my possession. Wake up every morning, snorting coke is a blessing. Never feel threatened. Selling drugs since an adolescent. Shoot first and then ask questions. And they don't even know your name. They ain't supposed to. Chrome 40 caliber in my shoulder holster. Wishing me and my kids were closer. Spitting up blood, feeling the pains from the stomach ulcer. If I keep drinking, then death is closer. And they don't even know your name. You see how they do niggas on the block? So when you see the crooked cop, just bust a shot. They don't enforce laws, they just pulling Glocks. Killers without warning. The sun don't shine in the morning. 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 Growing up as a child, I was unkissed, staring into a mirror with a bleeding fist. Rusty razor against my wrist. Scandalous, motherfuck this. Sometimes I think I'm better off if I didn't exist. Pull the trigger, I'll bet you I won't be missed. How do you destroy a monster without becoming one? How do you think I feel about being fatherless, knowing that your daddy's only fucking son? I'm into to destroy forever, sorta like a fiend. Running up in a gay bar scene with an AR-15. Fucking call me Omar Team. Take a look inside of my twisted mind. Strapped with a bomb on Spirit Airlines, with a few other niggas who don't mind dying. I take it one day at a time. I survive cause the fire inside of me burns brighter than the fire around me. I'm begging for mercy. I'm only the monster you made me. I'm not gonna hurt him even though I kidnapped your baby. Riding around high in a stolen black Mercedes. New age John Coleman from the 80s. Fuck it, I'm bad luck. I keep everything inside to myself cause nobody really gives a fuck. The sun don't shine in the morning. The sun don't shine in the morning. The sun don't shine in the morning. The sun don't shine in the morning.
That's Dice. And I'm hearing something in the background. Shout out to Detroit Go Getters. Shout out to D. Shout out Chester McFly. Shout out to for the people enjoying weed and people earning wealth. PEW all day. What up, though? Welcome to the Hood Smoker Podcast. Like I said, we got a special Monday night episode. It's the reschedule from the Matthew Fisher. It's gonna be we got Boston's own. Boston in the building.
Yeah, a Boston Tea Party of sorts. Yeah.
Yeah, you can call it that. Yeah, the Boston Tea Party.
No, teabagging Benzino is more like it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Make sure you tune
Even
in.
though we don't get down like that, because like we ain't talking that, but a verbal way of teabagging Benzino, because he would like it if I think.
No Diddy. No Diddy.
Yeah, no Diddy teabag party. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and I want to shout out to OG Drunkenmas again.
No Red Roof Inn.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that book. I'm looking forward to the motherfucking new music.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious about like when he was saying about the audio book too, and just kind of like put the headphones on. I'm pretty sure he's gonna probably put it surround sound or something like that. Makes you wonder what kind of music he's gonna have if it's in titty bar clubs and stuff. What song he might have in the background,
Right.
What if it's
Chester McFly said Benzino does in the Red Roof Inn and shit. He does Diddy in the Red Roof Inn.
There you go. Yeah.
Diddy will take him to something more classier than the Red Roof Inn. I know a Red Roof Inn on Michigan Ave where they sell crack out that bitch. I used to sell crack. I don't know if crack's even a thing anymore. You know what I'm saying? That was back in the day. But so I mean, to go from being a millionaire to getting caught up in the Red Roof Inn, that's pretty bad.
I know. Yeah.
But stands are gonna be a stand.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a sad situation. That's really what it is.
Yeah, we're gonna discuss the whole thing about Benzino coming here to Detroit. You know what I'm saying? How Detroit feels about that. It has nothing to do with Eminem. You know what I'm saying? Benzino's trying to make it all about Eminem when it's not about Eminem. What he did wasn't about Eminem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's literally like just there's right ways to do things. Kind of like Hood Smoker Podcast. We have a beef with something, and if we were bigger names, we know how we wouldn't roll to somebody's city and disrespect their city, and that's what we don't know. Yeah.
Facts. No, he came in here and he tried to make it look like he just bossed up in Detroit, like he just was some kind of boss over here and shit. And he could but he went to like the safest place. That's where you see all the police. I sent you those little clip videos I was taking down there. You see all them cops.
Well, that's the only other place besides the suburbs where I saw a police officer too, like a cop car. Remember? Yeah.
That's where they're at downtown. You know what I'm saying? They ain't in the neighborhoods.
Exactly.
The response time's like an hour and a half, dog. I mean, the chief of police told the people to arm themselves. We got Detroit in the building. I know they can co-sign for me. I know y'all know.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to
And I'm speaking from experience too. Yeah, when I'm out there, and it was like, I'm out there, and then also to find out that he made sure that Eminem and all his crew was pretty much out of town when that took place. So,
Yeah, because he probably figured, M would have made something. I ain't going to put nobody's names out there and shit. You know what I'm saying? But so people might have showed up. You know what I'm saying? If Eminem would have probably got word that he was coming in, and some people might have showed up and showed out. You know what I'm saying? Might have been at Mom Spaghetti. Wouldn't be the first time people mobbed up downtown and ran people out just saying Ricky Rose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's good. Yeah, that's a word, a key word. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rick Rose. Yeah.
Yeah. No Diddy.
Pretty much one of the original ones who lived up to finding fuck around and find out kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna go ahead and jump off here. We did 3 hours. We didn't even do the starting soon. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we did we played one track, "What Up Though" by Dice. That was it, and then we shot straight into the show with Drunkenmas. So that was dope. Maybe we're gonna start changing the format a little bit. We get close to the end of season 3. You know what I'm saying? 300 episodes. So we're keeping it going. We might.
And with that being said, we might want to start the flip it around, do a different intro eventually. And in that being said, I want to say, any kind of input on that. If you got a suggestion, I might take it in consideration, throw it on there, and I'll give you a shout out, with credit given, like if you go, I think you guys should do this somewhere at the beginning too. So
no doubt.
So yeah, like for real, we're humbled about it. We're humbled by y'all because
All our contact info's down there in the description below too, and the Cash App.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can buy us a coffee and shit, or a blunt, whatever. Show some love.
Mm-hmm.
We do this shit
Yeah,
for the love. You know what I'm saying? For the love of hip hop, for Detroit, to the world. You know what I'm saying? Just hip hop, the
yeah,
culture. It's more than music. You know what I'm saying? And we got like Starstruck coming up again. We got a lot of dope artists coming up again, though. I'm excited about a lot of these. From Young
yeah,
Thug. Shout out to Ryan Glover. He's the one who made this happen and
yeah.
shit.
Ryan Glover right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Thug Life.
another
Jelani. Yeah.
another another brother we found in the trenches together was Ryan Glover made that happen right now.
Yeah, and we got Israel Porter coming up. He produced
Yeah,
all
shout
the
out
Rap
Alien
God
Gang on
X
that.
album. Yeah, and Beats by the Pound, Craig B. Got Beats by the
Mm-hmm.
Pound. He made that sound for No Limit. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
that's fire. We got hold up, you know the legend, Second to None, KK from Second to None. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to DJ Quick too. Shout out to all the homies in Compton. Shout out to Kiki
Yep.
Smooth. But
Yep.
yeah, that's gonna be a dope episode. I'm looking forward to that. But we got Champ Town coming up. I ain't saying
Yeah.
for him, but
Oh man, Samtown, man. That's I'm pretty excited about that right off the bat.
yeah, I suggest anybody who hasn't already go make sure you go check out the Untold Stories of
Boy,
Detroit hip hop.
Detroit hip hop. Yep.
Yeah, go
I was,
look that
trying, I
up.
was trying to say I was trying to say it at the same time you were. Yes. But the untold story of Detroit hip hop, it's well worth it. You won't regret it. If you love hip hop, yeah.
It is
Even if you don't know
narrated
Detroit hip
by
hop,
Chuck D. You know what I'm saying? Chuck D does the narration. Champ Town put it together. You know what I'm saying? It's got all the real Detroit legends. You'll see a lot of people we had on the show too up on there.
mm-hmm.
You'll hear the real story behind like Eminem and how Detroit really feels about that whole situation if you really want to know and shit. The real deal. And no
Yep.
hate out here. Shout out to Eminem, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the whole
Yeah.
Shady Camp. Shout out to D12. Shout out to Royce and all this. Shout out to Heaven Studios.
R.I.P. Proof.
Yeah, R.I.P. Big Proof. R.I.P. Jay Dilla.
Mm-hmm.
R.I.P.
Shout
Southwest
out
TV.
Hush too. Shout out Hush.
Yeah, shout out Hush, dog. A lot of people didn't. He was signed to Gaffin Records, fucking
Mm-hmm.
Interscope. He did a lot of big things. Like I said, that's why I brought him up earlier when he was talking about Kid Rock, cause like he knew Kid Rock from like high school and DJing at his high school and shit. Like,
Yeah.
and he had some shit to say about Kid Rock. Y'all go check out that Hush episode. We need to have Hush
Yep.
back on here, cause he has some shit to say about Kid Rock. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We've had a couple. Shout out to DJ
And
Lowe's.
it may sound like hate, but it's sometimes what it is just a person saying they had a history with them, and maybe it
Right.
doesn't favor that person. That's not hate; it's a personal experience. So,
Yeah, he told a dope story about a Hollywood
yeah.
party he went to, and the Pussycat Dolls were involved, and you know what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
it was pretty good.
Yeah.
What he had to say, it's some real shit though, and it tells you how a person really is. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. I mean, you and me have a personal history. Like what previously said. We don't even need to get into that. Of just depending how you meet that person. You know.
Right.
So yeah. Moving on. We just don't stir that pot. We
Yeah,
just
because there's certain people like that I've heard. I'm not gonna say no names right now, but
Yeah.
certain artists that I've chilled with, that I've always had good confrontations with, but I hear stories about them and shit. Like people be talking shit, like saying certain shit about them, and it's like, well, I ain't had that
Negative.
situation. They was cool when I was chopping it up with them. When I was out there protesting the radio station with them and shit, they was cool and shit. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
back there smoking
Exactly.
backstage. I ain't never had no bad experiences and shit with them.
Yeah.
But certain people told me different and shit. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah. I mean, that's the real eye opener. I think that might be the moral of the story for everybody to look at. It's just like, if you cool with somebody or just, everybody can relate to that somehow.
yeah.
Don't believe the hype. I guess going back to Chuck D. Don't believe the hype.
Shout out to everybody that tuned in, man. Make sure you subscribe if y'all ain't subscribed already, and hit that notification bell because we go live every Wednesday and Saturday night, the Hood Smoker Podcast. Plus, we go live during the week, just talking about different things. Get ready to see like Money Mall more often and shit. Chester McFly be on there with us live. You know what I'm saying? Everybody,
Mm-hmm.
I know Detroit Go Getters be tapping in. Shout
Christopher
out
Jordan.
to Christopher Jordan. Shout out Christopher Jordan. But
Um,
much love everybody out there that tuned in. Shout out to OG Drunkenmas, Detroit hip hop legend.
Going back, RIP, like to Southwest Tees as well.
Yeah, RIP Southwest Tees, RIP Creeper.
Creeper and Perf.
Yes, sir. But much love to y'all out there. Shout out to Philly, Chester McFly. See you, homie. But we'll holler at y'all on the next one. I catch it we might be live later. You never know. That's why you gotta hit that
we might go
notification
live.
bell.
Yeah, like let us know if you want to. Like, if you got a topic, shoot it our way. How about that?
Yeah,
So that way we got something we can talk about. Maybe.
We talk about hip hop related topics and shit that's going on. That's our time to talk because this is for the guests. We make the show about the guests. We want to celebrate the guests, let them get their word in. So then that's our time where you can chop it up with us and shit. So.
Yep. So salute everybody. Much love.
We out of here. I'm gonna go ahead and play the outro. We out. Much love. I'll holler at you in a minute though.
Yeah, hit me back. All right.
All right. Peace.
Welcome to the Hood Smoker Podcast.
Much love, y'all.
The
we'll
hottest
holler at
number
you
one
Monday
podcast
night.
based out of
Special
Detroit,
Monday night
Michigan.
episode. Catch us every Monday.
And now, with your hosts, J Gutta, Brother King X, Blatonio Todd, and the rest of the Hood Smoker Squad. We don't do no Vlad stuff. We don't do no Adam stuff. We keep packing in the legends, respect them, and keep adding up. So pack a blunt or two, maybe grab a brew and a snack for you, and leave behind your attitude and get ready as we snap into the Hood Smoker Podcast.